What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to our redraft series. So today's show, we're going to actually redraft past NBA drafts. We're going to cover the 2003 NBA draft, the 2009 NBA draft, and then finally the 2011 NBA draft. We're going to go pick by pick through each draft, starting with the '03 draft, and just kind of give our analysis person by person on each pick. And, we got some surprises coming for you as well. So we're going to roll right into it. 2003 draft is up first. We've got the Cleveland Cavaliers at the #1 pick on the clock. Matt, you go first, man. Who you got?
I think this is pretty easy. I think everybody's going to be on the same page. I say no more. King James. That's all I got.
All right. Julian, you got King James, or are you going rolling somewhere different?
I got King James.
Okay, same here. You can't go wrong with James at the #1 pick. I don't think anybody's shocked with that. #2, the Detroit Pistons are up. Originally, with this pick, they took Darko Milicic out of Serbia. We all know what happened there. Julian, you're up first. Do you keep Darko in Detroit, or do you go another route?
I go another route. I'm gonna go Carmelo Anthony.
All right. Okay.
I feel like if they get him, they'll win more than one championship.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
I am actually going to go similar to the Darko pick. Not Darko, but I'm going to go with another big man because if you look, rookies don't play under Larry Brown. That's why they did not take Carmelo, Bosh, or Wade. So I'm going to go with another big man who was, I believe, a senior, so maybe he could have contributed a little bit, and I'm going to go Chris Kanan, #2.
Nice. Actually, that was who I was going to pick for that same reason, Matt. So we did not discuss this pre-show, and I had that same logic of Larry Brown hated rookies. So Chris Kanan, he came out of Central Michigan. He ended up going a little further down in the draft, but that would actually, he went 6 to the Clippers. He would have actually fit nicely there because he could have slotted behind Ben Wallace and Mehmet Okur. They could have moved Okur to the power forward spot and gave him a little bit of minutes.
Initially, when I was thinking of this specific draft last night before I went to sleep, because I knew we were going to talk about this, and I was originally going to stick with Darko. And it wasn't really until I just went on that I'm looking at it, I realized Kanan was a senior. He could step in and get some rotation minutes. The reason they took Darko, they knew he wasn't going to play. But Kanan would have been ready to step in and give him, 15, 20 minutes a game. They contributed. He was good.
Right.
So that's why I changed it at the last minute.
Okay. #3, Denver Nuggets. Originally, they took Carmelo Anthony, who was a freshman out of Syracuse. We all know how that worked out for them. Matt, you're up. Who you got?
I am going to go Dwayne Wade here.
Uh-oh. All right.
I'm going to go Wade. I'm going to go D Wade here.
Okay.
I know he was, contemplating signing with them this offseason, but yeah, give me D Wade #3.
Okay. Julian, who you got?
I was thinking the same as Matt, D Wade, because just because.
Okay.
Hey, that's fair.
Okay. I actually stick with Melo here. If you remember back during this draft, they didn't have much on this team. Skeetishvili was their bomb of a pick one season prior. He was a failed experiment at the small forward spot, so they really needed a 3 to come in. Melo fit the bill there, and so I stick with Melo going #3 to Denver. We've got Toronto Raptors #4. They took Chris Bosh, who was a freshman at Georgia Tech, and basically we know how that worked out. Did very well for them.
Yes.
Julian, who you got Toronto taking at #4?
I got Chris Bosh.
Okay.
Outstanding.
Matt?
I totally agree. I've got Chris Bosh #4.
Okay. Same for me. I keep Bosh there. Nothing too exciting. They needed a power forward at that time. Actually, he played a good bit of center as well for them, despite being pretty lanky. But he kind of put Toronto back on the map, so to speak. Because they basically didn't have much of a team, the year or two prior. So rolling to Miami, and with the number 5th pick, they took Dwayne Wade. We all know Dwayne Wade was there,
Yeah.
franchise star. Wade was there until this past offseason. He went to the Chicago Bulls. Matt, who you got for Miami?
Here I have Carmelo Anthony.
Wow, so you had Melo falling from the 3rd spot to the 5th spot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Julian?
This one's tough. I got.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of like I'm gonna reach here. I'm gonna go for Kirk Hinrich.
Okay.
That's not a reach. Kirk Hinrich was nice.
He was a senior out of Kansas.
And he was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's not bad.
Miami here, I actually, I've got Darko slotted here because of the potential of what he could have been. I think under the tutelage of Pat Riley, he would have gotten a lot better sooner. He would have been held accountable for a lot of immaturity off the court, and he would have grown into a nice piece that he turned out to be in Orlando for a short time. I think he would have been that a little sooner had he gone to Miami. And I've got reasons for Wade not going here at 5 as it is. But we roll into number 6, the Los Angeles Clippers. They took Chris Kaman. He's a junior out of Central Michigan. Came in, he played good, solid minutes for them at the center spot. Who do you got going here, Matt?
Number 6, I'm going with my guy from Houston out of University of Texas, T.J. Ford. And
Okay.
I believe if he goes to the Clippers, the injuries would not have been there. And I know he gets actually stuff for the back problem at Texas, but I'm just going to assume everything's fine because we know when healthy, T.J. Ford was a problem. So I'm going with T.J. Ford, number 6.
Okay. Who you got, Julian?
I think you guys are gonna laugh at this one.
Yes.
I got Darko Milicic going to the Clippers since they suck.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. Because the Clippers kind of needed a big man at the time, more than anything, I actually move up Nick Collison to the number 6 spot, and he can play the power forward / center spot, being 6'10". So based on Collison being a senior, I have him fitting in here, number 6. So
Okay.
Um,
Nice.
going 7 to pick 7, we've got the Chicago Bulls. We all know Kirk Hinrich went here. The reason that Kirk Hinrich went here is Jay Williams had that motorcycle accident
Yes.
about a month prior to the draft, not quite a month, that changed everything about that franchise. And Julian, who do you have the Bulls taking here at number 7?
I got T.J. Ford.
Okay, point guard out of Texas. All right, Matt.
I'm going with Kirk Hinrich here, the original pick of the Bulls.
Okay,
Captain Kirk.
nice. Okay, I've got D Wade going here because he played at Marquette, obviously. He slips a little bit in the draft, but Chicago gets the guy they really wanted all along here. So D Wade to Chicago just basically a lot of years earlier. Milwaukee, number 8. They took T.J. Ford. out of Texas. A lot of injuries happened to Ford in the NBA. We all know the scary neck injury that he occurred. Basically, had happened to him. I believe it was Charlie Villanueva when Villanueva played for Toronto. I think they collided, and he ended up.
I was wrong. You're right. It was the neck. He did actually originally sustain that injury at UT.
Yeah.
This was kind of a second injury for him.
Yep. And so Milwaukee here. Who do you guys got, Matt?
With the Milwaukee Bucks, I am going to go. Let's see. Originally T.J. Ford. I don't want to use. I'm going Leandro Barbosa.
Stole my pick.
I'm going Barbosa. I am going Barbosa.
Nice. Okay. So Barbosa moves from, let's see where he was, the 28th pick all the way up for both of you guys into the draft lottery. Yeah. So here with Milwaukee, I got to go with Kirk Hinrich. A little bit more experience there at the point guard spot for them. And, you know, obviously I think he slots in as a long-term starter for them, at least for a couple years. Just didn't like that T.J. Ford had so many injuries. You know, there in Milwaukee, I think a change of scenery might have different scenery would have changed some things for TJ's career there. And I'm trying to remember. I know with Milwaukee, was it Rafer Alston? Was that who he battled for point guard minutes? I believe.
I think so.
So he had a little bit of, you know, basically started some games, didn't start some games. Got the New York Knicks at number 9.
Yeah.
Julian, you're the resident Knicks fan, so you got this one. Who do you got them taking? Hopefully not Big Mike Sweetney, or basically out of Georgetown.
I got Kyle Korver.
Nice.
Oh, shooter.
Yes.
Okay. Korver jumps second round all the way up. He was a 51st pick overall in the draft
Nice.
at Creighton University. Sharp shooter, as we all know. Good pick there. All right,
Yeah.
Matt?
I am going to go with another power forward. I think Julian will appreciate this. I'm going David West, number 9.
I like it.
Nice. Okay. New York. They needed they needed a big man more than they needed a guard. Personally, they basically wasted the pick on Mike Sweetney. Had a lot of weight problems. Didn't really you know, pan out too well for them. Here I have the Knicks basically making a surprise move, you know, to many. I have them taking. Oh shoot! I had it. Hold on, just a second. I had it all fired up. Oh, Boris Diaw. Sorry, Boris Diaw, who actually slotted as a small forward point guard hybrid, but as many know, he put on some weight. So basically, he could kind of like the Ben Simmons of today. Basically, he's going to start at the 4, but he's really a guard. They could have started him at the 4 there and kind of transitioned him over time. So moving Boris Diaw all the way up, being able to be a playmaker and eventual power forward once he put on some weight.
Very good. Nice pick.
Yeah, I accidentally I clicked off of the 03 draft into the 09 draft, and I had to scramble for a second. So yeah, Washington's got the 10th pick.
Yes.
Jarvis Hayes, who came out of after his junior season out of Georgia. He had a good college career, but he flamed out in the NBA. So, Matt, who do you have Washington taking here?
I am going to have Washington at small forward taking Josh Howard.
Nice. Okay.
I like Howard here. As we all know, the Mavericks, outstanding, borderline all-star guy. Could have made it a couple years. His biggest issue, he's kind of like the Ricky Williams of basketball. You know, just couldn't say no to the weed, which is what it is. So what? Let him play. He would have been fine. I'm going Josh Howard, number 10.
Okay. Julian?
I got Boris Diaw at number 10.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Here for Washington, I've actually got them going more for athleticism and defense. Mikal Petras
Yes.
goes one pick earlier. He ended up being a 3-and-D in the NBA. Flamed out sooner than I thought he would in the NBA, honestly.
He had injury problems, though. He was
Yeah, he did.
I think I was going to say I like your pick because I'd say Howard was better defensively, but Petras is such a better shooter. And Petras was very good defensively. Howard, to me, was an elite-level defender, whereas Petras was close, but just his shooting puts him over the top, so that's a good pick.
Yeah.
I like that pick. And he didn't have the weed problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 11, Golden State. Here's where Mikal Petras went out of France. Julian, who do you have Golden State taking?
I got Josh Howard.
Good pick.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Matt?
Golden State. They originally take Petras, so we know they need. I'm actually going to stick with that.
Sorry.
I'm going to stick with
I didn't know you were
Petras,
in here.
actually.
You do the kitchen when you get a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with. I'm going to stick with Petras there, number 11. Because
Okay.
Howard's off, because Josh Howard's off the board. Petras, number 11.
Okay. Nice. Golden State, this is back in their
Do you know what it is?
Don Nelson days. So I think that they actually try to get basically a flex guy, kind of that can play multiple positions for them. And here's, I'm kind of following the trend of what Don Nelson would pick, kind of an unorthodox kind of pairing for them. But I roll with Travis Outlaw out of the high school pick because I think that basically him being able to run on the wings, I think that fits that run and gun style that they had with Jason Richardson and Gilbert Arenas still there, and then a couple other guys that they brought in along the way. So I think that they could take a shot on Outlaw as they were a young up-and-coming team, try to develop him. Maybe he would have had a more lengthy career in the NBA. So roll into Seattle Supersonics. We're going to double up here. We're going to do the 12th and 14th pick.
Okay. Seattle.
Yeah, so we've got them with 2 picks here, so I just figure we'll knock them both out. Matt, who do you have them picking at 12 and then 14?
At 12, I'm going to have them take Boris. Well, no, because that would nullify my 14th pick, so that would be stupid. I'm going to actually stick with Collison here. Good defender, good locker room guy, good character. Can stick the medium range jumper, going to defend, rebound. Nick Collison. And at 14, I'm going to move him all the way up. I'm going to go for Mo Williams at 14 for the point guard.
Nice, okay.
I was going to go Diaw, but he's more of a point forward, and that would nullify Mo Williams, so I figured that. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with there.
Okay. Who you got, Julian?
Number 12, I got David West. And 14, I got Ridnour.
Ah!
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
So at 12, I've got TJ Ford slotted there. And then 14, I've got David West.
Good picks.
So they get basically they get a point guard that can score. Ridnour at the time, if you remember Jay Billis, my famous line, I stole it from him. The guy can't guard a chair. Luke Ridnour coined that phrase, so to speak. And Collison was drafted because he was basically a senior and can provide leadership. Of course, he's a franchise guy. He'll be there till his career ends. But I still think they would have been better off with David West. And And then Rittenauer did solid, but I don't think his ability to score was there like he could at Oregon. And I think T.J. Ford, in that offense with basically Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis, I think, man, if you would have paired those three together, that would have been a solid mixture of players, in coming years. So, so we jump in the middle there. Memphis was at 13. They took Marcus Banks, but this pick ended up getting traded for Troy Bell and Dante Jones in the draft. Marcus Banks basically flamed out pretty quick, figured out that he couldn't score in the NBA, and he was an above-average defender, but not well enough to stick in the NBA long term. So Julian, with 13th pick to Memphis, who do you got them taking?
I got them taking Mo Williams.
Nice. Okay. So they get the score they thought they were going to have in Marcus Banks. When they took that, and then they ended up trading, or when they took that pick, they picked Troy Bell from Boston. They thought they were going to get the score in Troy Bell, and we'll talk about Bell in a minute. But Matt, who do you have Memphis taking?
Memphis at 13. They did a point guard. I'm going to assume the trade happens. I'm going to go with that. So really, this goes to Boston. They needed a point guard, but instead of Marcus Blanks, I'm going to go with a steady, good locker room guy. He's going to make the right decisions. Good defender, Steve Blake.
Okay. All right. Nice pick.
I'm going to go Steve Blake.
All right. Good veteran leader.
Yeah.
With Memphis, I've got them taking Mo Williams there. Basically, they traded that pick to Boston. So really, that's Boston picking right there. I think that Mo Williams provides some potent offense that they needed at that time. So jumping to Orlando at the 15th pick, Reese Gaines was picked here out of Louisville. One of the worst picks I've seen in a long time at that point.
He's supposed to be good too. He had a nice game coming out of Louisville.
I was telling Julian before the broadcast that I remember watching preseason. Reese Gaines gets the ball from at the three-point line in the corner and airballs the three, and I knew from there that it was over with. So it wasn't a good pick. So Matt, I'm gonna let you go. Who do you got?
I'm gonna make this pick with the future in mind. So everything's gonna go how it does. That's how I'm hindsight. They're gonna end up with the number 1 pick the following year, take Dwight Howard. They need a shooter, Kyle Korver. And I'm assuming that I already know that they're going to get Howard, so give me Kyle Korver. They're going to be a bad team. You throw him out there, let him shoot threes, and then you get Howard.
Okay. Who you got, Julian?
I got another shooter, Steve Blake.
Nice pick.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
They needed a guard here. They took Reese Gaines because they thought that he could be basically a combo guard. In a sense, it really didn't work out, like I said earlier for him. I actually go with Leandro Barbosa here to Orlando. So Barbosa, the Brazilian blur, basically he jumps up here to Orlando. Ends up having a solid career for Orlando. And basically that moves us to Boston with the 16th pick. Here they took Troy Bell out of Boston College. Troy Bell, basically, he's listed at 6'1". He was more like 6 foot. Lights out scorer. Ended up getting to the NBA. He could not run point guard. He could not create shots for himself.
Really shoot the ball, though.
Yeah, he could shoot, but he just didn't get a chance to play.
No, because he couldn't do anything else.
Right. And at that time, specialty shooters were not, the craze that they are now.
That was the iso ball era.
Yeah, if you could not create for yourself as a point guard, you were out of the league pretty quick. So, Julian, I'm going to let you take this one first. Who do you have Boston taking? Now, keep in mind, it's Boston pick ended up getting traded to Memphis. So, really, this is Memphis's pick.
I got Carlos Delfino.
Okay.
Good pick! You know why it's a good pick? Because that's who I'm going.
Nice.
I'm going
Okay.
Delfino.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
good job, Julian. Yes.
Delfino was out of Argentina, basically played for Detroit, played the small forward position, solid shooter, solid defender. He basically, fit very well with Detroit later. Basically his rookie year he didn't play a lot, but his second season he kind of blossomed there. I think going that high up in the draft to play for the Memphis Grizzlies, I think he gets some early playing time and thrives there. So looking at kind of what's available there.
Is your pick Delfino?
Huh?
Are you going Delfino with Memphis?
No, I'm not. I'm not going Delfino. So basically, keeping in mind that Memphis is here. Memphis had some guard trouble there, and basically kind of looking at the board and seeing what's available. They could have went point guard here. They also basically could look at the two guard spot. So, and keeping in mind with the two guard spot, I actually move up Kyle Korver here and play him at the two guard spot earlier in his career than playing the small forward spot, because I think that in that offense, basically with Hubie Brown, who was the coach at the time, they didn't have a need because they had one more season of Jason Williams at point guard, so they didn't have a need as much for that point guard than they did, more at the shooting guard spot because they had Shane Battier at the small forward. So I think that the shooting guard spot could have been occupied there by Kyle Korver. So
that works too, and you've got Powell to kick it out.
Yeah. So I think he slots in there pretty well, for them. So
yeah, nice.
Let's see. That brings us to number 17, the Phoenix Suns. They took Zarko Chabarkaba out of Serbia. Now, if you remember Chabarkaba, he had a very good rookie season that surprised a lot of people until he broke his wrist, and then he kind of fell off the mat from there. So I think, basically Phoenix here, they didn't really have a strong need for anybody. So basically the board is open. Matt, who do you have Phoenix taking at 17?
17. I am going with Zarko Kaparkapa.
All right, you keep Chabarkaba there.
Yeah, I like his name too.
All right, Julian?
I got Nick Collison, definitely a better pick.
Okay, so Collison can provide some leadership there from a veteran standpoint. I've actually got Jarvis Hayes slipping here to Phoenix. I think it's a good spot. It keeps pressure off of him. He doesn't have to produce, as much. I think with the Wizards, he had a good, solid rookie season, but I don't think he could. He was able to build much off of that. Not a very good shooting stroke. So, curious to kind of see what he could have done, in the right spot, so to speak. New Orleans, they were the Hornets at this time. At number 18, they took David West out of Xavier. I believe both of you have David West off your board, including myself. So who do you guys have New Orleans picking? Matt?
I'm going Z-Patch at number 18.
Okay.
Pachulia.
Nice. Okay. So he jumped from the second round, 42 overall pick, up to first round. So,
yes.
All right. Good pick there. Who you got, Julian?
I got Kendrick Perkins.
Okay. So Perkins basically was a late first rounder. He was the 27th pick, basically out of Texas. He slides up just a little bit early, so that's actually a good pick. They take a flyer on. This is where it kind of gets interesting in the draft because this is kind of where some draft and stash guys, would be necessarily nowadays. Back in that draft, there wasn't really the draft and stash kind of rule in place for the first round. I take a flyer on a guy who surprised a lot of people when he was picked, but I think he would have flourished if he would have got a little bit, better opportunity, so to speak. I take Maciej Lampe out of Poland. He ended up going to the Knicks in this draft, and I think he actually, if he goes to New Orleans, he gets a little bit of, development there. He can. It's a year before, the Hornets started actually getting some pieces built to eventually become a semi-contender. So I think he actually gets a chance to do some things. It doesn't put pressure on him there. So I take Maciej Lampe there. Leading into the Utah Jazz at number 19, they took Sasha Pavlovic, who we all know ended up going to the Cleveland Cavs and basically ended up with Portland Trailblazers, and now the last couple seasons playing overseas. Matt, who do you have Orlando taking at number 19?
I'm going to go with a guy I've worked out with a couple times. He's from Houston. I can't stand him, by the way. I think if you worked out, you'd understand. But I'm going to go with Indy Eby out of Westbury Christian High School, Houston.
Okay.
On potential, because he had a very good McDonald's game, if everybody remembers.
He did, and he didn't do shit in the league.
So he's a guy who's damn near 7 feet tall, can put it on the floor, athletic, and block shots. Good shooting stroke. His problem is his damn attitude. It's kind of sidelines. He thinks he's just better than everybody else, and I think that's what killed him. He didn't work, but the talent was there. The dude was super talented.
Interesting.
I'm going to go Indy Eby.
Okay. Julian?
19. I got Matt Bonner.
Matt Bonner, okay.
Oh, the Red Rocket.
All right. Yeah. So Bonner actually gets a chance to develop a little quicker going to Utah. Utah here, I've got they kind of needed a small forward at that point, so I take Carlos Delfino going to Utah. So I keep with the foreign prospect, but I go Delfino instead of Pavlovic.
Nice.
Leads us to this is Memphis's pick at number 20.
Mm-hmm. Which ended up with Boston, and I'm going to stick with it.
No, Boston ended up trading this to Memphis.
Trade to, okay, so this is Memphis, okay.
Yeah, so Memphis gets this one.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go with Dante Jones here. I'm going to go with Sasha Pavlovic.
You stole my pick. That's who I was going with.
I'm going to go with Pavlovic.
Okay. Julian, who you got, man?
I got Travis Outlaw.
Okay. Outlaw ended up getting a really good mid-range jumper. He was athletic. He just, for some reason, he couldn't put it all together. He flamed out of the league pretty quick. I've actually tried to look up to see what happened to him, and I can't find anything. As far as him playing overseas or anything. He's still in NBA 2K for those that want to relive history and try to make him.
Pavlovic.
Pavlovic is in there, and so is Outlaw.
Oh, yeah.
Both are in the game. One is on the Euro teams, and one is on the NBA free agent pool. Which, spoiler alert, this is how messed up the EuroLeague teams are. The Sasha Pavlovic that's on the EuroLeague team is actually the Sasha Pavlovic that's supposed to be on the Retro Cavaliers team that they couldn't get the rights to, and because of you.
Question, real quick.
Yes.
How can you put Sasha Pavlovic on a Euro team, but not the rights to have him on an NBA team?
Well, it's the same concept of Mike James, who is in the free agent pool, but he is not on the Detroit Pistons team. So basically, they have to get separate rights for anybody that's not in the NBA Players Association. So that might be why. And there's also a retro, I think, something. It's not Players Association, but it's kind of like that. So basically, they have to be able to obtain the rights there. So that's probably why they couldn't get either one of them there, but could get them in the current portion of the game. And actually,
just pay them at $100 so they can be in the game.
And the thing about it is, it's funny because if you look at the ratings for the Euro team and Sasha Pavlovic is a 77, it trumps all of the other ratings for the Euro team. He's like one of the highest rated players in the Euro League, despite being marginal at this point in his career. But you can tell because the player art is actually when he played with Cavaliers. So they put the wrong one up there. The actual one that Pavlovic that's supposed to be on the Euro League team was the one with the Portland Trailblazers logo. So, hey, we got Gonzo joining us.
Let's have Gonzo do his top 5.
Okay, Gonzo. So we're still on. How you doing, by the way? First of all.
Doing all right, doing fine, doing great, y'all. Y'all can hear
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We're rolling through the 03 draft. We're about 3/4 of the way through. But I want to give you a chance to tell all the viewers your top 5 picks of the 2003 NBA draft.
Okay, I'm trying to get this list so I can kind of.
So you got Cleveland with the first pick. You keep King James.
Cleveland first pick. Yeah, I'm going LeBron.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Second pick is Detroit. They picked Darko. Who do you have them taking? Hopefully not Darko.
I got Carmelo Anthony.
All right, Melo.
Same as me.
All right.
All
right. That leaves Denver at 3.
Denver. I'm going to give Denver. Whoa. Wow. Wow, this is hard now. I'll give Denver Darko.
Okay.
I like it. I see what you're doing.
The only reason why I'm giving Denver Darko is because Denver is known for taking a lot of those foreign players like Nikola Skitishvili.
Yeah. Oh man, we talked about him earlier.
So they would probably take another foreign at this time too. So.
And they just took, and the previous year I think they took Nene, another foreigner.
Okay. Well, they took Skitishvili the year before as well.
Yeah, that's right. They took both of them.
Okay.
There you go.
That leaves 4 Toronto.
Four, I'm going to go Chris Bosh again.
Okay.
Because if I'm not mistaken, in the draft last time, we had, if I'm not mistaken, I had Marcus Camby still going to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And we had, was it Vince Carter, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So we had Vince Carter, Marcus Camby, and Chris Bosh.
Okay. Nice tandem there.
And Miami, I'm going with D Wade. I can't mess with LeBron and D Wade. I have to keep them in there.
Okay. All right.
Places
Do you wanna pick anybody else? How about Chicago? Let me. Who they picked Heinrich? Who do you have them picking?
Who does Chicago have at this time on the team already?
Jay Will had just had that motorcycle accident, so that's why they took.
They didn't have anybody.
So they still had Crawford.
And then Tyson Chandler and Eddie
Curry.
You see, and that's what I think the Bulls were missing at that time. They never really had after Jason Williams kind of crashed. They never really had a point guard. I'm probably going to go TJ Ford.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. All right. Let's see. Where were we? What pick were we on?
We're on 21 now.
21. So we're up to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonzo, I'm gonna let you pick 21. Atlanta here took Boris Diaw in the draft. That's back when Boris Diaw was actually skinny and could play the small forward point guard kind of hybrid role.
A lot of comparison to Scottie Pippen at the time.
Yeah. Who do you got Atlanta taking?
Atlanta. Atlanta. Wow. According to this list, probably nobody. But I'm going to look into some of the second round guys and see who else. Wow, a lot of these guys were in and out of the league. Whoa.
know it's tough, especially you joined us late.
Yeah.
'Cause I bet some of these later picks you probably would have had going higher.
Yeah. Atlanta. Atlanta. Over Boris at the time. Nick Collison was really, really good coming out of college. Marcus Banks for UNLV. I think he played a year in UNLV, year or two at UNLV. He was supposed to be really good, but he turned out to be a bum. Luke Ricknow, who I'm surprised was really, really good. I liked Luke Ricknow. I think he was good. He was a good basketball player. Reese Gaines was a three-point shooter for Louisville, number 22. I remember him.
He sucked though.
Yeah, he sucked in the NBA. Yeah, he did. Troy Bell, I remember him a little bit.
He could score, but he couldn't score in the NBA.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He's too small.
Dante Jones. I might have to go with Boris Diaw at 21.
Okay.
Like, I just don't see anybody else like in this list. Like,
It blows you away.
yeah, like Travis Outlaw, he was okay, but I mean, I wouldn't see Atlanta picking him up.
Yeah.
Right. Because they went actually kind of conservative.
Yeah.
Drafts.
Yeah. That's I like what Gonzo just said. Only because at 21, because I had Diaw already picked at this point, I got him taking Travis Outlaw.
Okay. Okay. It's Atlanta here. They didn't have to make a splashy move. I got him taking Steve Blake here.
Ah, nice.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. You didn't have to make a splashy move, so yeah, Atlanta takes Steve Blake there. Julian, we're still in Atlanta at 21. Who you got?
It's tough. I got James Jones.
Okay. James Jones slides up from, let's see, where was he picked?
49.
49, okay. Yeah, second round, okay, out of Miami. Okay. New Jersey is up, number 22. They took Zoran Planinic out of Croatia. Actually had a solid rookie year, and then he just stumbled from there. He was basically a good ball handler, could create for his teammates. Wasn't much of a scorer. Gonzo, I'm going to roll back to you with this one. Do they keep Planinic, or do they go another route?
Now, who was on the team at the time with New Jersey? This is when they had Jason Kidd and Richard Jefferson and Kenyon Martin, right?
Yeah, this is basically when they didn't have many needs, on that team, because this is coming off of 2 straight finals appearances.
If I was them, I probably would have added another shooter. I would probably pick between Matt Bonner and Kyle Korver. I'm probably going to go with Korver, though.
Okay, nice. Julian, who you got New Jersey taking?
I'm going to go with Jason Capono.
Nice, another shooter, okay.
Damn, that's who I would have went with. That's who I was going to go with.
Okay.
I was going to go with Capono.
So you're picking the same Matt Capono?
Yeah, Capono. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Because I wouldn't want to ruin the White Mamba with taking the Red Rocket, I'm not going to take a big man here. I'm actually going to take a senior here in Willie Green, who ended up having a serviceable career out of the University of Detroit. Slot him in there as more of a defender. He's not needed to do very much on that team. Next, we've got the Portland Trailblazers. They took Travis Outlaw out of Mississippi as a high school senior. Matt, who do you got Portland taking?
Portland we're at 23. They took Outlaw. I think here I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go Luke Walton here. I'm going Luke.
That was going to be my pick, so I'll go ahead and
mine too.
Damn!
Oh, okay. Gonzo, that leaves you, man.
Yeah, I probably would have picked Luke Walton because you had Brandon Roy at the time, right?
No, he wasn't there yet.
No, Roy wasn't until later.
So who was on that team in 2003?
Not a lot, because I remember Outlaw played. Um, I'd have to look and
This
see.
was kind of the start of their down years
Um,
when they were getting all those lottery picks.
hmm.
The reason why I asked because I want to know who I'm drafting in place. I want to just.
Right. Let me see real quick. If my keyboard was working, I'd actually have quicker access, but I'm having to do the touchscreen, so hold on a second.
Okay. Okay, I see it now. They had.
Ooh, rough.
Ibrahim.
Yeah, they had Wallace, Bonzi Wells, and just Sabonis. They had Zach Randolph in his second year.
Wesley Person, Zach Randolph, Ruben Patterson, Tracy Murray, Darius Miles, Jeff McGinnis, Desmond Ferguson. Let's see, Kenny Dickens, Dan Dickau. Wow, I mean that team wasn't. It didn't look bad, should I say? I don't know. Let me see.
Hey, real quick, while Gonzo's making his decision, I'm going to flash this picture on the screen from my phone. For all those that are into sneakers, here is the official picture of the Air Jordan 31.
Yeah, I'm going with Luke Walton.
Nice. Okay.
Got to.
Okay. Matt, flash that again.
Let me go back to it. Yeah, it's hard, I know it's hard to see because it's just on the phone. It actually has a swoosh on it, by the way.
Interesting. And it's a Jordan?
Yeah, it's the Jordan 31. Let me get closer. You can see the swoosh there.
Yeah. Interesting.
And there, I don't like the Jumpman. I think if they would have took the Jumpman off the side, you're looking at a really dope silhouette.
Yeah.
It's a completely knitted upper, and then a little bit of leather on the back. But yeah, I had to throw that out there. Take the Jumpman off, and you've got a really dope silhouette that they're going to probably charge $200 for. But we can continue. Sorry to.
No, you're good. You're good. Let's see. So that leaves us with the Los Angeles Lakers. It took Brian Cook here, senior out of Illinois. Cook ended up being a stretch four, so he did solid for them. Matt, who do you got the Lakers taking?
Los Angeles Lakers. Cookie they took here. I am going to go. Let's see who they have. Let's see. This is 03, 04. They had all those big guys. Because we have hindsight here, I'm actually going to go Kendrick Perkins. As we all know, in the offseason, they ended up getting rid of Shaq at the following of this season. So now you have your big guy to take his place. I'm going to go Kendrick Perkins.
Okay. Gonzo?
Another Houston guy.
I mean, the Lakers were all pretty much a championship contender, so I mean, it probably wouldn't matter who they picked up because they still had Shaq and Kobe, I think. I'm going with Brian Cook.
Cookie.
I got Bonner going here. I think he takes the role, same thing, stretch shooter. They didn't really have a major need, being the Lakers. So, Julian, are you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Who you got, man?
I'm going to take the same guy that they took, Brian Cook.
Okay. Detroit at number 25, their second pick of the draft. Basically being a championship contender. They took Carlos Delfino. Julian, I'm going to roll with you first. Who you got Detroit taking 25th?
Number 25, I got Keith Bogans.
Oh, Keith Bogans out of
Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, he had an actually serviceable career.
Yeah, good 3-and-D guy.
Yep. Okay, Gonzo.
Detroit. I'm going to take hometown favorite Willie Green.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt.
Well, I'm going to go a little off the board here. We're going to take a flyer from the Netherlands, Ramon van der Haar.
Who? No, I'm just kidding. No, he was second rounder. He never saw the light of day in the NBA. He didn't even play in summer league.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to say a name, so I was either that or Nedzan Sinanovic.
Okay. This is back when the hilarity of David Stern having to pronounce these names. He never could get them right.
Like Charles Barkley.
Pretty much. Because there wasn't much of a need for Detroit, basically this could be a kind of a wasted, pick, so to speak. So I actually have them moving Sophocles Skorsianis out of Greece, who basically AKA Baby Shaq. Basically, he moves up. He doesn't come over to the NBA anyway, so they didn't really have a need there. Jumping to 26 with Minnesota. Indy Eby was the pick here. He flamed out, work ethic issues and immaturity issues, and basically just didn't really fit a need. Wasn't able to get on the floor hardly at all, despite many chances. Plus having KG as a mentor, still couldn't get on the court. Gonzo, who do you got Minnesota taking at 26?
Jason Kapono.
Nice.
Okay. Kapono fits the three-point shooting role. Julian?
Pretty much picked all the good guys that were left. Did I pick Willie Green yet?
I don't believe you have.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Willie Green.
Okay. Matt?
So we're at Minnesota. I'm gonna go Mache Lampe.
Okay. Lampe, I mean, he would, like I said, if he was in a different situation, he might actually produce. Minnesota, they basically didn't have a need, so they could have went kind of a reach here. I think based off of kind of what they had there, they could have taken a chance, with a younger guy in the same sense, but they didn't have to waste it on a high schooler there. So I think they go with the sophomore that they got in the second round, Rick Rickert, out of Minnesota. Because basically they wasted money on Indy Eby, so why not waste it on a hometown guy? 27 Memphis picks here. They took Kendrick Perkins. Matt, who do you got Memphis taking 27th? And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this pick was traded.
Yes, it was to Boston because they took Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah. So, in hindsight, we'll keep the trade. Boston would take this.
Yeah. That's what I was. I'm gonna go Matt Bonner.
Okay.
Perkins is off my board, so I'm gonna go Matt Bonner.
Okay. Julian?
I'm gonna go with the guy with the weird name. Ndudi Eby.
Indy Eby.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonzo?
Memphis. Boston. If they chose Kendrick Perkins, they could probably pick anybody. So I'm gonna go with Zaza Pachulia.
Nice. Okay. That's who I was gonna take. So
nice.
You and I think alike there. All right, San Antonio, which year after year they never have a need this late in the draft, but they always find a sleeper for that team. This pick was actually traded. Barbosa was, and I believe this pick ended up going to Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So really, Phoenix is getting this pick here. So who would Phoenix take at 28?
I'm gonna go Keith Bogans here.
Nice. Okay.
I'll go Bogans. He needed a 2-guard. Barbosa was 2. He was picked earlier in mine, so I'll go Keith Bogans.
Okay. Julian?
I'm gonna go with Marcus Banks.
Nice. Okay. Gonzo?
I'm keeping Barbosa, man. He was a beast on Phoenix, so I gotta keep Barbosa.
Okay. is where I take Reese Gaines because I think if Reese Gaines would have got a chance, he came out as a three-point shooter, tall, basically guard out of Louisville. I think in a better situation he might have had a chance to do something. So that's my pick there, going to Phoenix. Leaves the last pick in the draft, 2003 draft, 29, the Dallas Mavericks. Took Josh Howard. Matt, who do you got him taking?
At 29, the last pick of the first round, I am going to go with, I think I'll go James Jones here.
I was going to do the same. Gonzo?
I'm going with Josh Howard. He wasn't drafted anywhere else, so I'm keeping him here. And he went to
Okay. Julian, wrap it up for us for the 03 draft.
My final pick, I got Dante Jones out of Duke.
Nice. Oh, man, I forgot all about Dante Jones in there. I didn't even have him in my first round, so. Okay.
So he was the only half-decent guy that was left.
Yeah, true. He actually won an NBA championship last season.
Because we're going into 03, let me go first for the number 2 pick on the 09 draft. I got to go number 2. I got to go number 1 for the second pick.
Okay, all right. All right, so we're going to roll into the 2009 NBA draft. Los Angeles Clippers get the first pick. Are we all consensus on Blake Griffin, or does anybody have somebody different?
I am all for Blake Griffin number 1. Based on what they had at the time, they had to take him. You got Gordon, you got Baron Davis, got to go Blake Griffin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gonzo, you as well?
Yeah, Blake Griffin, absolutely.
Okay. All right, number 2, Matt, you're up. Memphis Grizzlies.
We have a trade!
Uh-oh.
We have a trade!
Don't do this thing.
New York Knicks trade
Really?
number 8 and David Lee and Wilson Chandler to Memphis for number 2, and the Knicks select Stephen Curry.
Okay. I got you.
Nice, okay.
Real quick, Julie, where did you think I was going?
I thought you were really gonna trade the beat to the Knicks. I was gonna slap you.
Did you? I said I had a trade you would like. That's not a trade you would like.
I
Oh,
know. You get up control of me.
Curry should have been on the Knicks, and I'm making it happen tonight.
you could have done one of the Chris Broussard trolls. Your sources say.
My sources told me the trade, and the trade was confirmed, and Mike D'Antoni would still be coach of the Knicks. Curry would have fit. Curry was the perfect fit for that offense. He would have averaged like 23, 5, and 5 under him.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But would he have developed the same way?
Yes. His work ethic was great. He could shoot the ball out the handle. He'd have been fine.
Okay. Gonzo, who you got Memphis taking at number 2? They took the shit player in Hakeem Thabit. He didn't get his name.
Texas.
So who you got? Who you got Memphis taking?
I got Memphis taking Tyreke Evans.
Ooh.
Okay, I like it. Julian?
I got Tyler Hansbrough. Give you some
Nice.
productivity.
Okay.
Tyler Hansbrough, he went from one crack pick to a slightly less crack pick.
Yeah. So you take him because he's a senior, basically a little more experience there.
Yeah.
Memphis here. Ooh.
He liked my trade.
Basically, the rumor at the time of the draft was they were contemplating Tyreke Evans, they were contemplating Ricky Rubio, they were contemplating Hakeem Thabit.
Question real quick. Why Ricky Rubio when you have Mike Conley? Why would they contemplate that?
I have no idea.
That showed they had no faith in
They could have maybe tried to take him just so they could have, moved some pieces.
Yeah.
Basically moved that pick and got some extra pieces, something, there. But they took the beat. The beat basically flopped out of UConn. I've got them. I'm going to go and stick with Gonzo here. I'm going to take Tyreke Evans going to Memphis. He plays the 2 guard spot. He doesn't play the point guard spot like he did in Sacramento. which, in all honesty, I think that was Tyreek's best season
Yeah.
in his career, was his rookie season,
25
unfortunately.
It is 25-5, I think.
Yeah, it was a very good season for him, and many thought he was on the upside, of having a very good career, and it kind of went downhill from there. So moving on to 3, Oklahoma City. They took James Harden. We all know what happened to James Harden after his rookie scale contract was up. Matt, who do you got Oklahoma City taking?
Oklahoma City, I'm sticking with James Harden.
Okay.
Was a good fit.
Okay. Julian, Oklahoma City.
James Harden.
Wow, no surprises? Okay. Okay. Gonzo.
I'm taking Steph Curry with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Championship.
Oh, man.
So, Gonzo, question for you then. So, I agree, probably championship, right? Because you got the shooting, all that stuff. Does Russ eventually slide back to the 2 like he did in college? And
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Russell should.
Okay.
And I was just, and I had this conversation with somebody the other day. Everybody's so in love with Russell Westbrook, and I understand. And everybody's talking about how he has this alpha dog mentality. He's fast, he's physical, he's strong. He's one of the most athletic players in the NBA. And I keep telling people, LeBron's athletic, fast, and strong, but that's not what makes him great. D Wade is strong, he's shifty, but that's not what makes him great. Michael Jordan was strong-willed, athletic,
Fast.
but that's not what made him great. You know what they all had in common? Even Kobe Bryant, he was intelligent.
Yes.
That's what made him great. Westbrook does not have basketball intelligence, especially late in games. I don't want him as my point guard. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant had 2 options.
Now, Gonzo, I have to throw this out there because many Steph Curry, and everybody knows Curry's my favorite player in the NBA. But there are those, rightfully so, we watch the finals, clutch moment in the game, he throws a behind the back pass out of bounds. So is that him just trying to do too much, or is that because he's just being stupid?
Steph Curry was simply trying to do something flashy at a moment, trying to show off. Let me tell you something. If Steph Curry never ever wins anything else in the NBA, one thing we can say, he has 1 ring. He has a ring.
Yeah.
Yep.
Russell Westbrook doesn't have that yet.
Nope.
So, we can talk all day long about how bad Curry is, and we can talk about all day long about how Oscar Robertson had all these triple doubles. In the end, we can say what we want. He has a ring.
Yep.
Same for Chauncey Billups. We can talk all the crap we want to. He has a championship under his resume. He's achieved what every basketball player has worked so hard to get. That's
Charles Barkley.
That's the highest you can get. Charles Barkley is a great talent that the NBA has ever seen. One of the greatest talents the NBA has ever seen. And he doesn't even have a ring. So that's an accomplishment. So to say that, Steph Curry made a mistake. Yeah, but look, he went to 2 finals too. The second one was a Game 7. He came that close to winning the second one.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, like a couple weeks ago when we had Marcus on, he raised the perfect point. I think it was I don't know if he said it in the pre-show or when we went live, but in the regular season, in the NBA, you're running off ball and they're grabbing and hugging you, that's a foul. I don't care if it's soft. That's the way it's called. In the finals and the conference finals, Oklahoma City and Cleveland beat the shit out of him. They grabbed him. They held him. That's the foul. So obviously, as a shooter, you're getting grabbed, you're getting held, and it throws you off. I mean, hey, kudos to those to Oklahoma City and Cleveland because the rest didn't call it. Hell, if I'm the coach, hey, keep doing it. But still, let's be honest about that. It's not like Curry still shot over 40% from 3 in the conference final in the NBA. It's not like he couldn't. The thing is, he couldn't finish around the rim, and I'll say I think it was the injury. That's why his rim finishing went down. That knee was bothering him. He didn't have that explosion off. He did not have that. He wasn't turning the corner fast anymore.
And then the haters want to use that Portland game like, oh, you guys said he was back, but that's just one game.
He was
It's just one game.
Yeah, he made
It's just one game, though.
Exactly.
I'm gonna add one more thing. If I'm tired of people with this, and I hear this every day, people dogging Kevin Durant for his decision. Look, he's. It's almost like just in life in general. If you do bad, people are gonna talk about you. You do great, people still gonna talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to weigh out your options and choose what you need to do. He could have stayed in OKC and played with Russell
And
Westbrook
lost.
and
And lost.
never won nothing, and get scrutinized for not bringing the championship to OKC.
Correct. Exactly.
So, did he want to waste his time playing with a player that he knew he wouldn't win the championship with? Or I'm going to go play with players who are like-minded and on the same goal to where I'm trying to get, so I can reach the pinnacle of my NBA success, and not just so much on an athletic level, but also on an intellectual and basketball. The IQ is there for Golden State.
Yes.
It'd be
Yep.
great. The coaching is there for Golden State. See, let me tell you something. When you go with Scott Brooks and Billy Donovan, and a lot of times everybody kept saying Billy Donovan was great. On the defensive end, they made a lot of different rotations, and it made things better.
Offensively, they didn't change shit though.
It looked just like Scott Brooks was running the offense again. ISO ball. That's all it was.
Because you know damn well Westbrook wasn't going to allow a coach to come in there and change him, and that's going to be his downfall and why he's not going to be a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Because-
Westbrook had a lot of control. He was telling Donovan to sit Canner.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, God. Why would you? And he asked Canner man was killing people.
Yeah, because he took away from his
Offensively,
shot
yeah.
attempts,
Yeah.
and that's what it comes down to. Selfish, and KD had to know it.
And you know what? Let's be honest. And Gonzo's going to be with me on this. I think everybody on this panel will agree. He did the exact same thing what Ron did, just in a different way. He went to a better situation to help him win. That's what
Yep.
LeBron did. Instead of going to an established team, LeBron formed his team.
Yeah, I mean,
Who cares? He did what he had to do. It was within the
my
rules.
thing is he's a free agent. He's able to do what he wants, provide the best opportunity for you to make the best mental decision first and foremost, and the best basketball decision second.
Exactly. And LeBron did the same thing in Cleveland this year
And
when he
you
re-signed
still
with
have to play the games. You still have to play the games, and guess what?
Yeah.
You still got to play good basketball, and on top of that, you still got to be the lucky and hope the refs play in your favor.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not it's not a guarantee. There's
It's
no
not a guarantee.
No.
Because if the refs get mad and go to State for doing too good, trust me, they will break the whistles.
Breaking it up for just a second, I do want to, since we're talking about Golden State, I do want to, not really a shout out, but I want to offer my condolences to one of our most avid chat room supporters and hangout watchers, and someone that I really try to work hard getting on the show, but it didn't work out. Cheryl ended up passing away this week. She had many health concerns, so just want to take a moment to remember her and just how much of a Golden State Warrior fan she was, and just how avid of a Warrior fan she is, and how much we're going to be thinking of her this season, as Golden State more than likely will be the most scrutinized team in the NBA, along with probably the most watched team in the NBA, from an NBA viewing fans viewpoint. Basically our condolences go out to Cheryl's family, and hope that they're coming together and getting all the support they need for one another, and basically just wanted to remember Cheryl and all the great things that she brought to many of our other supporters out there, and NBA fans alike. So rest in peace, Cheryl, and you'll never be forgotten. So with that, want to get rolling back into the draft. We're talking about OKC and kind of where they were at that time. Steph Curry going to Oklahoma City would be a very, very popular choice, but I think that I'm going to stick James Harden here, because eventually he's going to stick Oklahoma City and kind of leave them high and dry to go to Houston. So I'm leaving it the way it is with James Harden there. So that takes us to Sacramento. The fourth pick, they take the Rookie of the Year, or eventual Rookie of the Year, Tyreek Evans here. Matt, you go first. Who you got Sacramento taking?
I'm going chalk again here. I'm sticking with Tyreek Evans, number 4.
Okay. Gonzo.
James Harden.
Okay. Okay. He fits the need there, shooting guard. Julian.
I got Tyreek Evans, Rookie of the Year.
Okay. Sacramento here, I'm going to take DeMar DeRozan to Sacramento to play the 2-guard spot. Basically, out of USC, he's a freshman. They can develop him there. Basically, they took the freshman and Tyreek Evans. I think DeRozan can, develop nicely in Sacramento there. Number 5, Minnesota took Ricky Rubio. Rubio was rumored to have gone to Oklahoma City, was the number 1 destination that wanted him. At the last minute, they were convinced to take James Harden. Ricky Rubio is still with Minnesota to this day, despite not coming over. I believe it was for 2 seasons. It was the David Kahn era, so it was all over the place when it came to especially this draft. Matt, who do you have Minnesota going with?
Do you want me to do 5 and 6 since it's both Minnesota?
Yeah, we can do back-to-back, 5 and 6, Minnesota.
I'm going to go Rubio 5, and at number 6, I am going to go DeMar DeRozan.
Okay. Julian?
Same as Meek. Stole me.
Okay. I think Gonzo had to step away for a second.
At number
you got, okay, hey, what's up, Gonzo?
I'm going to go with Drew Holiday.
At 5.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Who you got at 6?
At 6, give me Terrence Williams.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see. So 5, they really had a need at point guard. They take Ricky Rubio. I've got him actually going with Brandon Jennings here. If you all remember, Brandon Jennings ended up playing overseas. If you're going to take a chance on a guy, I'd rather bring Brandon Jennings over now. Number 6, they ended up taking Johnny Flynn, who many remember. I believe it was 6 overtimes. Syracuse ended up playing. Johnny Flynn basically kind of got on the map because of that. I don't take Johnny Flynn. I actually here, instead of going point guard back-to-back, I've got to go with taking a big man here. So I take Tyler Hansbrough at number 6.
Wow. Tyler Hansbrough.
Yeah, I move him up because basically, hey, I look at him as, basically take Hansbrough here. He's a little bit more proven. Johnny Flynn.
Psycho T.
Yeah, Johnny Flynn really didn't do a lot for Minnesota. Golden State at number 7. I keep Steph Curry here. Who do you got, Julian?
I got Jeff Teague.
Okay. What about you, Matt?
I'm going Brandon Jennings here.
Okay.
Because I had Curry going to the Knicks.
Yeah. Okay.
In my blockbuster trade.
Gonzo, you're up, man. Golden State.
I got Ty Lawson.
Okay. Lawson ends up, we'll talk about him in a little bit. He ended up in David Kahn's pocket for trade assets as well. Let's see. We've got number 8. So we've got the New York Knicks. Julian, I'm rolling to you first since this is your squad. Please don't tell me you're taking Jordan Hill.
I think you guys already know my answer. Stephen Curry.
Okay.
Julian and I were on the same page. We just went about it a different way.
Okay.
That's what should have happened. The Knicks wanted him. I don't know why they didn't make a trade happen. They should have 8 to 7. Give up a piece, get it.
Well, if you guys remember this, what was on the table actually at number 7, Phoenix
Yeah.
and Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah. I remember that.
Phoenix would have given up Stoudemire, and I believe it was the next year's first-round pick
See,
to get that seventh.
this is what I found funny, just reading up. Everybody knows New York wanted Curry. That was their guy. And I read a lot that Golden State upper management, the basketball people did not want Curry, but the owner did. And he kind of overruled, and that's why they went Curry. Because that's what the owner wanted. Management and the basketball people, I think they wanted Jordan Hill. They wanted to go big because they already had Monte. And they thought, a lot of them thought Monte. And if everybody remembers when they traded Monte, there were a lot of people, fans included, who thought that they made the wrong decision.
Right.
It should have been Curry who got moved, and they were dead wrong. They did the right thing. I never liked Monte. Curry would have easily been Rookie of the Year if he doesn't play with that black hole Monte Ellis.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, New York. Go ahead, Matt.
At New York, they took Jordan Hill. So I have them taking Taj Gibson.
Wow. Okay, Gibson jumps.
Yeah, I got
Gibson.
Because
all right.
Wait, actually, no. Wait. The trade has been made. This is Golden. Oh shit.
So you got.
Hold on, I have to go back here because Golden State traded. They've got 8. So who? Golden? Or no. Golden State. Yeah, they still would have took Jennings, but New York traded him. So this would have been Memphis.
Yeah.
So Memphis at number 8. Hasheem Thabeet.
Oh. Oh no. Ugh. All right, Gonzo. Who you got in New York?
Man.
Gonzo, who you got for New York?
Give me Jeff Teague.
Okay. Okay, they take a guard there. To New York, I didn't really. Jordan Hill got traded his rookie year, so he didn't last. This one's kind of tough because. Let's see. I'm going to go with. Wow. Wow, this is tough. Terrence Williams. I try to take Terrence Williams there. So.
I'm gonna slap you.
Oh, hey, he would. Hey, if he could have kept his head on straight, he would have been all right.
Yeah.
All right, so that leads us to Toronto, number 9. They took DeRozan. DeRozan just signed a long-term contract. Who do they take, Matt?
Let's see. They went DeRozan at shooting guard. The choices here. Oh man. Plenty of good choices actually. I am going to go Jeff Teague here.
Okay.
I'm going to go Teague at number 9.
Gonzo, who you got Toronto taking?
I got Toronto taking DeMar DeRozan.
Okay. Keep it just the same. Okay. Julian?
I got Danny Green.
Nice.
Ooh,
Second round
yes.
steal. Okay.
Great pick. Yes.
Okay. Toronto, I go with Drew Holiday here. Take Holiday.
Nice.
Leads us to Milwaukee. They took Brandon Jennings. For those that watched that draft, Jennings actually was in New York that day, showed up on his own, and ended up shaking hands with David Stern. Matt, who you got?
At number 10, this is where, see, I already had Jennings go number 7, so this is where I got Ty Lawson going.
Damn, you took my, okay.
Yeah.
That's who I was going to take.
Ty Lawson.
All right, Julian?
Same player that they took. I got Brandon Jennings.
Okay. Gonzo?
I got Brandon Jennings.
Okay. New Jersey. They took Terrence Williams out of Louisville. He was a senior, but he did not have his head on straight, in and out of trouble. Had all the talent, couldn't develop a jump shot. Could score at will, getting to the basket, but couldn't do much else. Matt, who do you got New Jersey taking?
I am going to go Holiday here. And I believe Jason Kidd was with them, so Holiday would have been able to learn under Jason Kidd. So I'm going to go Drew Holiday.
Okay. Julian?
I got Tyler Lawson.
Okay. All right, Gonzo, you're up.
I got. Let me see. Let's see. Give me Eric Maynard.
Ooh.
I like
Okay.
him.
Ooh, yeah.
I think
Okay.
he's a good NBA player.
Yeah, injuries hurt him.
Yeah.
I've got Danny Green.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
That leads to Charlotte taking Gerald Henderson out of Duke at 12. Matt?
This is where I got Danny Green, number 12.
Okay. Okay. Gonzo?
Gerald Henderson, absolutely. He was good. He was good in Charlotte.
I was going to keep him the same. So, Julian, you're up, man. Do you keep Gerald Henderson or do you go with somebody else?
I'm going to go with Marcus Thornton.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Good score.
Another black hole.
Yeah. Okay. We've got Indiana up. They took Tyler Hansborough here. Julian, who do you got Indiana taking?
I got Omri Caspi.
Ooh, nice sneaky pick. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt?
I am going to stick with the original pick here. Indiana takes Psycho T.
Okay. I know Gonzo had to step away for a second, so I actually take here. They needed a big man. I take Taj Gibson going into Indiana.
Yeah.
Move him up there. That leads us to the last pick in the lottery. Phoenix. They took Earl Clark. Basically, he was a reach, even a shock on draft day that they took him.
Yeah.
He came out of Louisville, basically more of a power forward than a small forward, but Phoenix tried to mold him into a small forward. With Phoenix's pick, Matt, who do you got them taking?
Well, we know they're a three-point shooting team. They've always been one, pretty much, forever. So I'm actually going to go 13 or 14. I'm going to go Jonas Jerebko.
Okay. What about you, Julian?
I got Damari Carroll.
Nice, 3-and-D. Okay.
Shit, he was in this draft, damn it.
Yeah, he got picked at the bottom end of the first round. I've got Omri Caspi here.
Out of the
Fill that shooting role.
Fucking Damari, good pick.
15, Detroit took Austin Day. Austin Day reminds me a lot of what Brandon Ingram's size is, the same kind of comparison, very skinny. But Austin Day was supposed to be a scorer coming out. He struggled bad.
Yeah.
He looked bad in the summer league, and I knew it was a matter of time before he flamed out of the league. And he signed this year with Panathinaikos in Greece, so he will not be in the NBA. Julian, do you have Detroit taking Austin Day, or do you roll with somebody else?
Hell no, I got Detroit taking Taj Gibson.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Matt?
Oh, I have them once again going with the three. Hold on, just once. I had it in my head, and now it just dropped from me. They took, they took Austin Day. I have them now going. Shoot, I had it. I have Damari Carroll. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Carroll in Detroit.
Okay.
Shooter and defender.
Nice. All right. I go with this pick. I actually take a guy that I think could have helped them in that situation of kind of a defensive guy that eventually could stretch the floor. I moved Dante Cunningham from the second round into the first round as kind of a utility guy off the bench at number 15. That leads us to the Chicago Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And Gonzo's back with us, so I'm jumping to Gonzo with the Chicago Bulls pick at number 16.
I'm going with the hometown favorite, hometown player, Patrick Beverly.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Beverly basically comes in. He slots behind Derrick Rose, basically as that defensive guard. I think he would have fit very well with Chicago there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt, you're next.
I'm actually going to – it's not much of a reach because he went in the top 25. I'm actually going to go Byron Mullins here. What's referred to as DJ Mullins. #1 player in the country in high school his senior year, could shoot the ball. Actually, I think he just –
Three-point shooter, really.
Yeah, I just don't think he ever ended up on the right teams.
Right.
I really like BJ Mullins. I'm going BJ Mullins here at 16.
Okay. Julian?
I'm going to go with Dante Cunningham.
Nice. Okay. I've got Chicago taken here. Jody Meeks.
Okay. Shooter
out of Kentucky. Philadelphia. It took Drew Holiday with this pick.
You got to go on here. This is your team.
I take Jeff Teague with this pick over Holiday. I think that in hindsight, Holiday with the injury concerns, then they ended up trading him anyway because they basically wanted to dump talent for picks. I'll take Jeff Teague here and kind of see what he can do on that team. Even though Holiday turned out well, I already had Holiday going earlier, so I couldn't take him here. So, Gonzo, who do you got Philly taking at 17?
I got Drew Holiday. I like the Drew Holiday on Philadelphia.
I wish, in all honesty, I really wish they wouldn't have traded him because then they ended up with Michael Carter-Williams, and I had to suffer watching that. So, we all know how bad he was there. Julian?
Keep it the same. Drew Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And Matt?
This came down between two guys, Darren Collison and Rodrigue Beaubois.
Roddy Beaubois. Okay.
And I went with Roddy Beaubois.
All right. He was a lethal scorer.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't he damn near drop 50 his rookie year, or did drop 50?
I think he almost dropped 50. I don't think he got 50.
It was close. Yeah.
He actually, side note to that, he was actually invited to come back to the Dallas Mavericks to battle Jonathan Gibson and Dorian Finney-Smith for the final roster spot. And it looks like right now it's probably going to go, unless something goes bad, Jonathan Gibson is going to take that last spot for the Mavericks. Shout out to Lance, our Mavericks fan. Basically, Beaubois had a very good rookie year, and then he played well overseas last season to get himself back in contention for an NBA spot. But
he can play.
Couldn't get any guaranteed offers though. So
and he's only 28. He's young.
Yeah.
I like Beaubois.
Yeah, nice sneaky pick there. Minnesota ends up taking this pick at 18. They traded it to Denver, so we're going to assume they trade to Denver. Ty Lawson was the pick here. Denver picking at 18. Matt.
This is where I go Darren Collison.
Okay. Same kind of mold as Ty Lawson. Same.
Yeah, because I have Ty Lawson he's already been picked in my draft, so I go Collison.
Okay. Julian?
I didn't pick Ty Lawson yet, did I?
I don't believe so.
I don't think you have.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lawson here. I totally forgot about him.
Okay. Gonzo?
Chase Budinger.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Chase.
I think
The guy
Chase
who-
went second. Yeah, he went mid-second round.
The guy who's
So
better.
nice. Okay.
The guy who's a better beach volleyball player.
Oh yeah, I
That's what
forgot
they
about
say.
that.
He's a professional beach volleyball player. He's supposed to be really good. But
Forgot
that
about
was
that.
the Rockets getting him from Detroit in that draft.
Yeah.
Injuries.
This is where I've got. If it's Denver picking, I've got Eric Maynor going here.
Okay. Yep. That was the other guy I was thinking, but
I think Maynor fits here because I think he gets a chance. He actually was really good before his knee injury.
was it an ACL?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
Now he's playing overseas, and he's actually playing really well overseas, but for some reason he's not back on the radar to get in the NBA, so I don't know.
It just didn't work out for him.
I don't know. Atlanta gets their customary, late first-round pick. They took Jeff Teague here, obviously, who ended up being their franchise point guard. Who does Atlanta go with here? Gonzo.
Darren Collison.
Okay, so they go with the speed guard there, and Collison and defend. Matt.
This is where I have Eric Maynard going.
Okay, nice. All right. Julian.
Darren Collison.
Okay. I've actually got Ty Lawson slotted here. I think Lawson, his speed, scoring ability, could help that team. Maybe his maturity issues would have still shown up in Atlanta, but I think he's worth the risk there. The Jazz took Eric Maynor at 20. Matt, who you got him taking?
20. Let's see. They went Maynard. I am going to go Tony Douglas here.
That was exactly who I was picking, so I'll save my analysis there. Julian?
I got Patrick Beverly.
Nice, okay. Gonzo? Utah at 20.
DeMar Carroll.
Mari Carroll, okay, nice.
It's the Utah system, too.
Absolutely.
Utah Jazz kind of guy. Wait, he was in Utah, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe he
Yeah.
got traded to Utah.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so that leaves New Orleans. Here they took Darren Collison, 21. Matt, who do you got him taking?
They needed a point guard, and the only really good one left, I'm going Pat Beverly.
Damn, you and I are thinking alike because I was taking Beverly there. Okay. Julian?
I got Patty Mills.
Oh! Yes,
okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Gonzo? I think Gonzo stepped away. So we're going to roll through to pick 22. Portland Trailblazers. They took Victor Claver out of Spain. This is a year after, I believe in 2008. I'm not sure, but they took Sergei Manya and Victor Harapa. So they were going at this time like a lot of foreign players for some reason.
Yeah.
But Portland's on the clock. Matt, who do you take?
This, I think, is where you go Chase Buttinger.
Okay. What about you, Julian?
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same as me, Chase Buttinger.
Okay. I actually go with a little bit of a grittier player here. I take James Johnson for Portland.
Yeah, defender.
So, yeah, he could defend both power forward and small forward spot. Gonzo, you back with us to pick for Portland at 22? Gonzo is not. That's okay. So we're going to roll to 23. Sacramento picks here. They took Omri Caspi. Basically, it set the stone for Omri Caspi to kind of have a good rookie season out of Israel. High Israel population in Sacramento, or Israeli population in Sacramento. Who do you guys have Sacramento taking? 23, Julian.
I got Byron Mullins.
Okay.
Nice.
What about you, Matt?
I'm sticking Omri Cassidy
Okay.
on my board, and he's staying with Sacramento.
All right. I've got Jonas Jerebko going here.
Nice.
That moves us to Dallas Mavericks.
Forgot about Jerebko.
Dallas Mavericks. Well, we still got some more picks. Dallas here, they picked Byron Mullins. Oklahoma City ended up taking this pick away from Dallas and for the 25th pick. So basically, Dallas and Oklahoma City flip-flop picks. So Oklahoma City here, who do they take? Go ahead, Matt, and then I know you got to run for a second. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go with DeJuan Blair.
DeJuan Blair, okay.
Yeah.
No knees.
Yeah.
No
I'm going
ACLs.
to be right back.
You're good. Go ahead, man. Julian, who do you have Oklahoma City taking here?
I want to go with Wayne Ellington.
Nice. Shooter out of North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City here, since I've, basically James Harden slotted here, they don't really need another guard. They needed more of a stretch, four center kind of role. Looking at the draft, there's not a lot left for them to really take as far as a big man. But I see Jeff Pendergraft there. Basically he went early second round. I think Pendergraft can slide in there more than a Byron Mullins there. Gonzo, we flip-flopped the picks as they were in the real draft. Oklahoma City's ended up with Dallas's pick at 24. So who do you got Oklahoma City taking?
Oklahoma City, let's see. Probably Jonas Jerebko.
Yeah, Jerebko. Okay.
Yeah, Jerebko. I'm saying his name wrong. I apologize.
No, it's okay. No, you're good. Hey, you do better than David Stern because he flipped some names. To say the least.
Hey, you do better than Charles Barkley.
Well, I think anybody could do better than Barkley.
Charles doesn't pronounce the American names right.
No, my favorite is who he played for. That's my all-time favorite. It's like Charles doesn't even know. He can't even get half the league right. I'm like, how are you an analyst? I'm like, I would kill that game. I would get 100% correct.
I actually like Charles as an analyst. He just can't talk. He's funny as hell.
Yeah. So basically Oklahoma City pick there. So we've got Dallas up at 25.
Yes.
Matt, who do you got Dallas taking?
Let's see, they took Beaubois. Beaubois is off my board. So I'm going to go Wayne Ellington here.
Damn, that's who I was thinking. Okay.
Damn, Pete.
Gonzo. Dallas. 25.
Yeah, I'm going Wayne Ellington.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Julian?
I'm going to go with Jerebko.
Nice. Okay.
That's back up to Dirk.
Nice. Leads us to Chicago at 26. Chicago ended up taking Taj Gibson here. As we all know, he's still with the franchise. Gonzo, who do you have them taking?
DeJuan Blair.
Nice.
Okay. DeJuan Blair, I just don't understand how he couldn't stick in the league. I don't know what it was. Because every time he got in, he could score.
Yeah.
Despite having no ACLs.
And he rebounded well, too. And he
Yeah,
defended.
very good rebounder. I don't get it.
If you're a rotation guy in San Antonio, you're doing something right.
Right. Julian.
I'm going to go with Blair, too.
Okay. All right, Matt. You already got Blair's off your board.
Blair's off my board. I'm going to go Jeff Pendergraft.
All right, nice.
Kind of a similar guy to Todd who plays hard.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go Pendergraft here. Same conference, too. The Pac-10.
Little known fact, Pendergraft changed his name to Jeff Ayers
That's right.
who actually he was in the league last season with the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah.
Looking for another contract. He's a free agent right now. So at Chicago's pick there, got to go with kind of what Gonzo did earlier. You picked Patrick Beverly, but I'm taking Beverly later on. I'm taking him there to Chicago. Takes us to the Memphis Grizzlies at number 27. They took DeMarre Carroll there. I believe I want to say Carroll's rights got traded, but I'm not seeing it here. He must have gotten traded later on. I think he played one season for Memphis and then ended up getting traded, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look it up. But Matt, who do you have Memphis taking?
Here I take Jody Meeks.
Nice. Okay. Gonzo?
I just saw his name. Where is he at? Marcus Thornton.
Okay.
That's exactly who I was going to take. So, who do you got, Julian?
I got Jody Meeks.
Okay. Minnesota took Wayne Ellington at 28. Gonzo, who do you got them taking?
Minnesota. I got Minnesota taking. And I'm probably biased because I seen this player play, and I don't know why he never made it to the league. He was like a pretty good shooter. Robert Big Bad Vaden.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Julian, who you got?
28. I'm going to go with Jeff Ayers.
Okay. Matt?
Well, Minnesota was shit at this time, so I'm going to go Marcus Thornton.
Okay.
You know, in my opinion, fuck Marcus Thornton. That dude's a hog. I don't like him at all. I'm sorry, I don't. He's one dude that he's probably the dude I hate on the most.
That sounds personal. Me?
I don't know, man. Here's the funny thing. One of my former teammates actually played with him at LSU. So I just don't like him. I don't know why. There's something about I hate the way the dude plays. He plays no defense, but he just jacks up dumbass threes and yeah.
It's like J.R. Smith.
Man, give me J.R. Smith all day long over him. At least J.R. Smith attempts.
He's more consistent.
J.R. Smith is a much better percentage-wise shooter.
Yeah.
And he plays defense. Marcus Thornton can't guard an invisible man.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Matt coming with the hate.
Yeah, sorry, God, so I had to take it from you today, man, but fuck Marcus Thornton.
Damn.
I don't like him. I do not
The
like
most
him.
random shit ever.
I know. I hate him.
Wow. I move Tony Douglas up a spot to 28, going to Minnesota. I actually think, despite being 6'2", I think Tony Douglas can actually, because of his defensive prowess, could actually play the two guard and guard two guards as well as points. So I put him in that versatile role there.
Nice.
29.
Yes, I got the perfect pick.
They ended up getting this pick from the Lakers. So 29, New York is up. Since you've got the perfect pick, Matt, you go first.
Here comes the backup for Steph Curry, Patty Mills.
Nice. Okay. I like it.
Hopefully,
Gonzo.
likes it too.
Backup for Steph. I'm gonna go with consider. This is what I would want to pick, but I know the Knicks will probably do something really stupid and get somebody like Nick Calathis.
Okay.
And that's a game. Calathis was like, for those who don't follow high school basketball too much, Nick Calathis was one of the top 5 or 6 ranked players coming out his senior year.
He was decent in Florida, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the McDonald's All-American. That dude was a top 5, 6 player. Went to Florida.
Yeah, he did actually pretty well. He played 1 year in the league, and he did actually pretty decently there. Julian, who?
Hey, hold on, fellas.
Okay, Julian, who do you got, man?
I got Gerald Ellison.
Okay. New York. like you said, Gonzo, they always do something funny, but they needed some scoring here, and because of that, I picked Lester Hudson, 6'3" guard. Hudson could actually score really, really well out of Tennessee Martin. Came in the league. He can't seem to stick for some reason, but he always ends up every 2 or 3 years. He ends up on a team again. So I put him there. That leaves Cleveland at number 30. They took Christian Ienga out of the Congo. Ienga didn't play much for them. Who do you got, Gonzo? Cleveland taken with the last pick in the draft, first round of the draft.
Danny Green.
Nice. Okay. Matt?
I'm actually going with a guy later on. Danner was one of the last picks, but had a decent career, stuck around for a few years. Lester Hudson.
Yeah, that's who I just rolled with for. I had him going to New York. So, Julian, who do you got? Last pick of the first round, Cleveland. And I think Julian stepped away. So wrapping up.
Real quick, Danny Green was originally drafted by Cleveland, wasn't he?
I believe. Let's see.
He was.
Phoenix, and then that was traded to Cleveland, I think. Yes.
I think, yeah, he was. I thought so. Yeah.
Okay, so the 30th pick, basically at this point, 2009. I go with Chase Budinger. Wrap up the draft. I liked Jermaine Taylor going there because I like players that can basically score, but Jermaine Taylor kind of flamed out in the league, didn't do much, so I go with Chase Budinger there.
Nice.
This leads us to the 2011 draft.
Yes. A guy in one of our guys in the chat room, Mr. Anthony Ruggery. I hope I'm saying it right. If I'm not, I apologize. He said this is the one he was looking forward to.
Nice. Okay, good.
So we got him.
Appreciate you looking at that, Matt, because I don't have my keyboard, so I can't. There ain't nothing I can do about the chat room. Unfortunately, technical difficulties with my computer. So.
I got it.
All right, let's roll into it. Cleveland Cavaliers. First pick, Gonzo, you're up.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving, okay.
Yep.
Matt, you stick with Kyrie?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Kyrie Irving. Uncle Drew goes number 1.
Okay. Julian? And Julian's still away. Okay. I stick with Kyrie as well, out of Duke.
There's Julian.
Julian, you got Kyrie going number 1, 2011 draft.
I hear you, Julian. Are you there?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We just jumped into the 2011 draft, and we're at the number 1 pick. Do you keep Kyrie at number 1?
Yeah, Kyrie at number 1.
Okay, perfect. All right, Minnesota, number 2. They took Derek Williams out of Arizona, tried to make him small forward. Basically, he was a tweener, didn't have much skill coming in other than being athletic. So, Gonzo, do you keep Derek Williams at number 2?
Absolutely not. I would probably pick. Let me see who we have here. I'm choosing. Yeah, I just chose a guard last time. I'm choosing Klay Thompson at 2.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
And I want to tell you guys, forgive me, guys. Forgive me for going in and out, because usually my daughter's really quiet, even when I'm broadcasting. But tonight, for some strange reason, she's fascinated with my mic, so I have to kind of hold her a little bit, like keep using it back and forth while I'm listening. So forgive me.
Oh, you're good, man. No worries, no worries. Trust me, I'll be there come December, so I'll be doing the shows and going in and out. So, yeah, my wife and I already had that discussion because I told her I got to do 2 shows a week, and she said, "Well, what are you going to do when the baby starts crying, and I said, and being the dad, you can't say, well, you go handle it, because then I'm going to get the look. So, I got to just say, hey, I got to break away for a minute and go handle it, and I'll, be back. So, do what I can. So no worries, Gonzo. You're good, man.
Well, congrats. I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Don't say
Yeah,
that to your wife, because I don't want to sit you outside like the Flintstone cat.
Oh, yeah, man. Trust me, yeah. Now, my wife's pretty laid back, and she gets the jokes. She'll get quiet for a while, and then I have to apologize and, go from there. So, but I'll get the eat shit look, definitely. So, number two, basically Derek Williams just never fit there. I believe they still had Davey Kahn as the GM, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. David Kahn, I believe, was the GM.
Okay, so Matt, who do you got the Minnesota?
Julian, are you listening?
Yeah.
With number 2, I take Iman Shumpert. No, I'm just joking.
I don't care about that.
No, I'm just joking. Gosh, this is actually really tough because it could go. There's 4 or 5 that actually, different. You got Kevin Love, you got Rubio. You need the 2 guard, you need the small forward. Oh man, I'm actually gonna go because I think you can do this. We didn't really know what you had with Pekovic at this time, so I'm actually gonna go Cantor man number 2, Enes Kanter.
Okay. Julian.
I'm gonna go with Kawhi Leonard.
Damn, you took. Oh, dang it. That's who I was going with. Okay. I had Kawhi Leonard as well. He ended up developing a very good shot. The only thing I wonder, if Kawhi would have went to Minnesota, would he have gotten his three-point shot reworked the way he did in San Antonio? Because we all know Kurt Rambis was a career killer.
Oh, my God.
And then you had David Kahn as the GM. So David Kahn would have probably taken somebody that nobody ever heard of, like Tanjai Ngambo, like they took in the second round. They would have taken number 2 overall.
Tanjai Ngambo, yes.
So, side note, Julie and I were talking about him in the beginning of the pre-show.
Tanjai Ngambo?
Yeah, you remember Tanjai Ngambo, basically the whole rage came out. He came out as 19. He turned out to be 26.
Stomp Maker.
Yeah.
Stomp Maker is not 26.
I'm joking.
That's my guy at number 10. Hey, it's on video.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
So Utah had the number 3 pick. They took Enes Kanter. Matt, you go first.
We're at number 3.
Kanter's off your board.
Yeah, I got the Kanter man off. So we know they have. We got Rubio. Wait, we're in Utah. We got Gordon. We got our power forward already. We got Millsap at this time. So, I think you go point guard here. They did need a guard. I'm actually going to go. Actually, no. I'm going to save this. I'm going to actually go here. See, you got Fades. You needed to. I'm going to go Klay Thompson here, number 3. I think you go Klay Thompson.
Okay. Julian?
I'm going to go with Jonas Valanciunas.
Nice. Okay.
Nice, yeah.
Okay.
They did go with the Kanter man.
Gonzo, you're up, man.
That was the same pick I was going to pick. I was going to pick Jonas Valanciunas.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I actually roll with Tristan Thompson.
Interesting.
And the reason I roll with Tristan Thompson here is because he provides a little bit more rebounding than Enes Kanter does. Not the scorer that he is, but I take him here. Basically, he was a reach in the draft at the time for Cleveland, but I make him an even bigger reach and take a chance on him in Utah just based on the organization. I think they can make him into an even better down low option. They end up, kind of playing him there behind Derek Favors. And then they can actually pair the two as a big rebounding front court. Number 4, Cleveland Cavaliers had the second pick of the first round. They took Tristan Thompson here. Matt, who do you have them taking?
I got Jonas Valanciunas here at number 4.
That was who many thought that where he was actually going to go.
I think the reason they went away from him is because he was going to sit a year.
Right.
Which I don't think, who gave a damn because they were bad?
Right.
I think they should have went with him. That's just me, though. I'm not. That's why they pay me. They don't pay me the big bucks, but Jonas Valanciunas.
Okay. Julian.
I'm gonna go with Tristan Thompson, keeping it the same.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Gonzo, if you're available, we're up to number 4.
Cleveland. I'm going with
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard. I'm going with Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay.
Nice pick.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Toronto at number 5 took Jonas Valanciunas here.
Yep.
Who? Well, actually, I didn't.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I didn't go for Cleveland. I take Enes Kanter. I jumped ahead of myself. I was going to put Kanter here, kind of as a scoring option down low.
Okay.
Toronto picks number 5. They took Jonas Valanciunas. Matt, who do you have them taking?
I am actually going to raise this guy up because I'm still having him going big. I'm going Nikola Vucevic.
Dang, that's who I was taking. Okay. All right. Gonzo?
You know what? I was going to say the same thing. I swear, Nikolai Vucevic, that plays for Orlando. Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
chosen him for number 5.
Okay. Nice. Julian?
I'm gonna go with Enes Kanter.
Kanter, man. Nice.
Okay. Okay. All right, that takes us to Washington. They took Jan Vesley. Now, Jan Vesley is what many people are comparing Dražen Bender to this season. Vesley came out. He was basically athletic. He'd run the floor, finish in transition. But that's about it.
They called him the European Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he struggled mightily and never recovered there in Washington. He was rumored to be coming back in the league this year, but ended up signing for another 3-year contract overseas. So, Matt, who do you have Washington taking here?
At number 6, I have a guy jumping even further than what I just had. I got the manimal Kenneth Faried.
Oh, you stole my pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got Kenneth Faried 6.
All right.
They needed the power forward, so I'm giving them the power forward.
Okay. Nice. I like it. All right, Gonzo, who you got, man?
For Washington, give me Tristan Thompson.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, Tristan Thompson, nice. All right. Well, Washington here, they had John Wall, and they had basically kind of Trevor Booker slotted in as their power forward with Andre Bloch. They had Travell McGee and Kevin Serafin there. So not a lot of talent on that team. They only won 20 games, for that season. They had Nick Young and Jordan Crawford kind of as their 2 guards there to be scorers. So there wasn't a load of talent really available, to be a scorer on that team. So with that pick with Washington, I've got to actually go with, since they have a need for him, I actually take, I was going to say Markieff Morris. He goes early to Washington. They can play him at power forward and kind of split minutes with Trevor Booker.
Is it Markieff that's in Detroit now?
No, Markieff is with Washington now.
Okay.
Marcus is with Detroit.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah, so he goes early to Washington.
Yeah.
Sacramento Kings at number 7.
Worst franchise.
They ended up taking Bismack Biyombo here, and then there was a trade.
The Bobcats.
To Charlotte. So really,
This is the Bobcats pick.
this is the Bobcats pick, and then somehow I can't remember. Do you guys remember how that trade was constructed? Because somehow Sacramento ended up with number 10, and then I don't know how that happened. It was like a three-way deal because Milwaukee gave up their pick in that draft, and I don't remember how it was. But anyway,
Yeah, it's a weird trade.
It's a 3-team trade. Kings, Bobcats, and the Bucks. It says the Bobcats traded Tobias Harris, Steven Jackson, and Sean Livingston to the Bucks. And then the Bucks traded Corey Maggette to the Charlotte Bobcats. The Bucks traded Jimmer Fredette and John Salmons to the Kings. And then the Kings traded Beno Udrih to the Milwaukee Bucks.
okay. So Jimmer will be a separate trade. So
Yeah.
but so basically Sacramento picking here.
Yeah. Well, Charlotte's picking here.
So it'll go to Charlotte.
Yeah, this is Charlotte's pick.
So who does Charlotte pick? Matt.
At number 7, they originally took Charlotte takes Bismack Biyombo. I'm not going to go the same direction. I'm going to go Tristan Thompson here.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay. Sacramento, Julian. I mean Charlotte. Who does Julian? Who does Charlotte pick?
Charlotte is going to pick Nikola Vukovic.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Gonzo, if you're available, this is Charlotte picking at 7, and then they'll also pick at 9, but we'll go with 7 to start with.
I'm going to go with Kemba Walker.
Nice. So they take Walker earlier. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
I see where he's going. I see where he's going.
Okay. Charlotte here. Basically, they take Kemba Walker eventually at 9. So I kind of leave it the way it is there, and I actually move up instead of ending up with Bismack Biyombo there. I actually go with Valanciunas there, so to even that out. Let's see, that throws me off. So Detroit's number 8. They took Brandon Knight, combo guard out of Kentucky.
Yes,
Matt,
they
who you
do.
got?
I'm going Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh, to Detroit, okay.
Yeah, I'm going Kawhi Leonard.
Julian?
I'm going to go with Klay Thompson.
Nice, okay. Ray Thompson. All right. What about you, Gonzo?
For Detroit, Jimmy Butler.
Ooh!
Jimmy Butler, okay.
Jimmy!
I like it.
Jimmy.
Okay. Detroit here, I go with Alec Burks here.
Good scorer.
He can score. Basically would have been better for them than Brandon Knight, in my opinion. That leads us to number 9, which this would also be Charlotte's pick. They took Kemba Walker here. Matt.
I'm sticking with Kemba.
Okay.
I'm sticking with Kemba Walker.
Julian.
Kemba Walker.
Okay. Gonzo, you already took Kemba off the board at 7, so who do you have them at 9?
At 9, I got, let me see. Wow. I used Tristan Thompson already. Kenneth Faried.
Nice. Okay. All right. That puts number 10, the Milwaukee Bucks, which this pick ended up going to the Sacramento Kings. So Sacramento's picking here. Sacramento ended up taking Jimmer Fredette.
Yes.
Matt, Jimmer Fredette?
Yeah, no, not Jimmer. Not Jimmer. I got him coming up. But I know it was their own. It was the Maloofs who wanted Jimmer. Everybody else wanted Kawhi Leonard. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. But Kawhi Leonard's off my board, so I'm going to go with another small forward here. I'm going to go with Tobias Harris.
Okay. Nice. Julian?
I'm going to go with the sleeper pick, Isaiah Thomas.
Yes!
Ooh, okay.
Damn, I forgot about him. He was number 60 that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
He jumped from 60 to 10. Nice.
Gonzo. Sacramento is on the clock at number 10.
Nikola Mirotic.
Nikola Mirotic. Okay, nice.
Nico!
I go Chandler Parsons
Nice.
to Sacramento.
Such a deep draft. As everybody in all the internets can see, this was such a deep draft.
Mm-hmm. That leads us to Golden State,
Golden State, yes.
number 11. They took Klay Thompson, centerpiece for that championship team.
Yep.
Splash Brothers. Who do you got them taking, Matt?
They're off my board. This is my draft, and I'm going to continue with the last one with because I had I had Steph going to the Knicks, and now so this Warrior team has Brandon Jennings already. So I'm going to go with a defensive-minded shooting guard here. I'm going to go. It's a little out there, but it's not. I'm going Jimmy.
Okay.
I'm Jimmy with Brandon Jennings.
Okay. Julian?
Yeah, Meek stole my pick. I'm going to go with Jimmy, too.
Okay. Gonzo, Golden State.
Tobias Harris.
Ooh, nice. Sneaky pick there. Okay. I've still got Klay. I didn't take him yet, so I got Klay going there at 11 to Golden State. The only reason he fell that far is because, just kind of back in my mind, off the court trouble, got busted for pot possession. Didn't really know if at the next level could his game translate as more than just a shooter. Obviously it did. That moves us to the Utah Jazz. At number 12, they took Alec Burks, who is still there, coming off a major injury to his shoulder. Actually missed the last 2 seasons with injuries. Kind of passed over by Rodney Hood. Does he still go to Utah? Matt?
At number 12, Utah now, because I took Klay Thompson, they need a point guard, and they're going with BYU's Jimmer Fredette.
Nice. That's who I had him taking. So hometown kind of, well, not hometown guy, but, basically playing at BYU.
Yeah, almost hometown guy. Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah. Give me Jimmer.
Okay. Julian?
I'm going to go with Reggie Jackson.
Nice.
Okay. Gonzo?
I'm keeping Alec Burks.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So I had Jimmer going there.
Good pick,
That brings, huh?
Good pick, Pete.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got Phoenix here. They needed a power forward. They took Markieff Morris here. Basically, if you guys remember, the Morris twins were kind of getting nervous at this point because they thought they were going to go higher in the draft. They ended up going back-to-back. Markieff goes first to Phoenix. Matt, who do you have? Phoenix.
At Phoenix, I'm going to go with the guy Gonzo has off the board. I'm going Nico.
Okay.
I'm going Nico.
Julian?
I'm going to keep the same. I'm going to go with Markieff Morris.
Okay. Gonzo? Gonzo had to step away for a second. Okay. 13th pick here, I've got Derek Williams going here to Phoenix. It's not as much of a reach. He could actually come in and play the power forward spot. Not a lot of pressure there on him.
He stays in his college place.
He what?
He stays where he went to college.
Yeah, stays where he went to college at Arizona. So that leads us to 14. Houston, they took Marcus Morris to play with 3. Who do you got, Matt?
I've got Chandler Parsons to the Houston Rockets.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same as him.
Yeah, it's got to
Okay.
be Parsons.
Okay. Gonzo, if you're available, who you got Houston taking? They took Marcus Morris. Do you still have them taking Marcus? Yeah, it's still away. That's okay. So they took Marcus here. I actually go with Tobias Harris here. Move Tobias up from 19 all the way up to 14. Indiana, they ended up taking Kawhi Leonard at 15, trading him for George Hill. So Indiana's got this pick here. Matt, who you got?
Well, because they traded to San Antonio, Indiana, they got Paul George. You can play basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't matter where you slot Paul George. But I'm going to go, because with Vogel, defensive-minded ball club, the trade doesn't go down. They keep the pick. They go Iman Shumpert, 15.
Nice.
So
Okay.
they go with the defensive-minded guy.
Julian?
I'm going to go with Derek Williams.
Nice.
He'll end up having a better career in San Antonio.
Okay. With this pick, basically, Indiana is going to end up trading it to San Antonio, in this trade. So I look at it as San Antonio really didn't have a lot of, a lot of needs, so to speak. They didn't know that Kawhi Leonard was going to, kind of turn out the way he did. So here I actually slot in Jimmy Butler, who ends up being a sneaky pick for them, because could you imagine Jimmy Butler in San Antonio's system?
Oh, God.
It would be basically he would take what Kawhi Leonard is.
Yeah.
Would Jimmy Butler, let me ask this question, would Jimmy Butler be better than Kawhi Leonard both ways?
I say no for
Okay.
this simple reason. Shooting.
Okay.
I think defensively, defensively, I actually think they're actually pretty much the same defensively. I don't think Kawhi is that much more of an elite defender than Jimmy. I think they're about the same, but shooting-wise, Jimmy's better off the bounce, off the dribble than Kawhi.
Yeah.
Getting his own shot, but Kawhi's a much better shooter, by far a better shooter, and I think that weighs a lot more in today's NBA. So slightly, I give Kawhi the edge, not by much though. I think Jimmy would be better if Jimmy got to San Antonio. He'd be better than he is now, but I don't know if he'd be better than Kawhi.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be by much. It would be close. It would be almost neck and neck.
Okay. That rolls us to the Philadelphia 76ers at 16.
Yes.
They take Nikola Vucevic, who ended up doing pretty well for them, but they ended up kind of scrapping the team, and some suspect trades were made, and Vucevic was one of them that I hated to see kind of go because I think he was just developing. I'm going to take this one first.
Go ahead.
I actually take Bismack Biyombo here for defensive purposes.
Nice.
So basically to shore up that defense.
It is. I like it.
16. Guys, you're back, so I'm going to let you go, man, since you missed the last couple. Go ahead, take it.
Isaiah Thomas.
Ooh. I like it. Matt.
We are at we need the
16.
guard. Yeah, we're at 16. Vucevic. In my draft, you need the point guard. You need the big guy. I'm with you, Pete. I think you go Bismack Biyombo. Vucevic was not much of a defender.
Right.
Great rebounder, but not much of a defender. Biz
Right.
can
Biz
rebound.
can give you both.
Yeah, so I go Biz here at 16.
Okay. Julian?
Same as you guys. I got Bismack Biyombo.
Nice. Okay. New York at number 17. They took Iman Shumpert. Matt?
So in my last draft, as you know, I had the blockbuster trade bringing Stephon Curry to the New York Knicks. So he's their point guard now. So and now because of all this, you got Carmelo signed the next offseason. He does not get traded. So we got Carmelo in New York signing as a free agent. You still get to keep Gallo. So now You can get some, you don't really need shooting. You could use some big guys. So I'm going to go. This is actually really tough because you actually have a lot here. I'm going to go. I'm going to reach here. Backup guy who can play both positions. I'm going to go each one more.
Okay. Nice sleeper pick there.
Yeah, I'm going to go each one more. Move it all the way up to be the backup combo.
Okay.
Get spot start if you needed to.
Okay. Julian.
I got Brandon Knight easily.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Gonzo.
Chandler Parsons.
Ooh. Okay. I like that. I've got Isaiah Thomas going here.
Nice.
Isaiah Thomas electrifies the Garden with his small guard mentality, can score at will. Basically gives them a hell of a lot more than Shumpert can give them.
Yep.
Washington, number 18, Chris Singleton was their pick. Singleton didn't do very much. He's kind of a tweener out of Florida State. Who do you have taking Washington taking at 18, Matt?
Washington at 18. I'm actually going to stay with Chris Singleton, and I'm going to go on the basis that he's going to be as good as they thought. I think it goes differently for Chris Singleton. I actually thought he was going to be really good. Really great defensive player out of Florida State. Could do some things offensively, not great, but I'm actually going to stick with Singleton on the upside.
Okay. Gonzo. Washington picks.
I'm going to go with Dantas Montiunas.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Demo. He goes with Demo.
Nice. Julian.
Tobias Harris.
Nice. One pick early. Okay. I like it. This is where it gets interesting for Washington, which I still don't understand why they did this. They took Jan Besley, then they turned around and took another power forward in Chris Singleton, which they didn't really need both. So with that, I actually take a draft and stash in Bojan Bogdanovic, who now plays for Brooklyn, but they can wait a year for him to come over, actually 2 years for him to come over, and then they actually have a shooter, and instead of getting Otto Porter, they could have brought over Bojan and used a different pick on Otto Porter later. So that's my reasoning behind that for Washington. Charlotte at number 19 trades this pick. It ends up going to Milwaukee. So Milwaukee ends up picking here. They ended up with Tobias Harris. So who does Milwaukee take at 19? Gonzo.
Milwaukee at 19. Let's see. I'm going to go with Kyle Singler.
Nice. Okay.
Man. Hey, that's exactly who I was going with.
Now, side note.
I'm not going to lie. That's exactly who I was going with.
Side note on Kyle Singler. Many don't remember, but I believe it was 2009, him basically coming out. Or wait, was it 2009? No, it was 2000. What year did Rose got drafted in 2008? So it was 2007. Basically, he was one of the top high school recruits.
Yeah, I think he was top 5. I think he was top 5.
And he ended up at Duke, had a very good career at Duke, but never has been able to put it together in the NBA. Serviceable, but not dominant. Julian, who do you have going 19 to Milwaukee?
I got Nikola Mirotic.
Nice. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Milwaukee here. They needed Tobias Harris there, but he's already off my board. I've got to go with Marcus Morris here. Minnesota, number 20. They took Donatas Motiejunas. They traded it to Houston.
Yep.
So Houston's picking here. Who do you got, Gonzo?
I got let's see, you say Houston's picking at 20. I'm gonna go with Marcus Morris. I
Okay.
haven't used any of the Morris brothers yet. Yeah, Marcus
Yeah.
Morris.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Julian.
Let's see. Not too much available. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the same. Just Donatas Mata-Juniors.
Yeah. Okay. Matt.
Yeah, I'm with Julian. I'm sticking with Demo here. Demo to the stays with the Rockets.
I'm going Kenneth Faried because he ends up going to the Rockets.
Yeah, he jumps 2 spots.
Yep. So he jumps 2 spots. They steal him away. Portland. This is a pick that never panned out, and I knew he wasn't going to pan out. Nolan Smith out of Duke.
Oh God.
Portland. What do they do here?
Let me jump in here because I got 2 guys available who would slide it quite nicely here. I'm going Reggie Jackson.
Oh, that's just.
Damn, that was who I was thinking. Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh man. All right. So we're collective decision on that. Julian, who do you got? Portland taking?
I already picked Jackson, so I'm gonna still go with the upgrade over Nolan Smith. I'm gonna go with Corey Joseph.
Nice. Okay. All right. Let's see. That's Denver. They took Kenneth Faried. Who's Denver go with, Matt?
Denver goes Marcus Morris.
Okay. Julian.
Yeah, I'm with shit.
He's flabbergasted right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Marcus Morris.
Nice.
Okay. Gonzo.
Markeith Morris.
Ooh. Okay.
Everybody's got a Morris twin going here.
All right. I've used both of mine, so I can't slot either one in there.
Damn it.
They need a big man. I go with, and I saw him play live. I thought he was actually going to be serviceable and go late first round. He did not, but I've got Trey Tompkins out of Georgia going here. So that leaves 23. This pick is actually Minnesota's pick.
Ends up in Chicago.
And it ended up in Chicago. So do we want to play it as Minnesota or Chicago?
We're going to go with the Bulls.
Okay.
Because it was Nico.
Okay. So
The Bulls.
23 Chicago Bulls. Matt.
I'm going with the other Morris twin, Markeith.
Okay. Julian.
I'm gonna go with Kyle Singler.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. Kyle Singler to the Bulls.
Gonzo.
You know, this is one player, man, who I like, and I think that he would have probably been good in the NBA. I thought he was going to be good in the NBA because he averaged 20 points a game in Providence. He was like, I thought he was going to be like the next big thing for, you know. I think he went to Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken, Marshawn Brooks.
Yeah.
Sean Brooks, yeah. Yeah, he flamed out quick.
Yeah, he was supposed to be nice.
So Chicago here, I'm going to keep Mirotic. They end up with him. So that moves to Oklahoma City. They took Reggie Jackson 24th. Who do they take? Gonzo.
Since I already got Steph Curry on the team, I'm probably going to need a backup point guard. I'm going to go with Shelvin Mack.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
I've got Corey Joseph slotted here, going to OKC. Matt.
OKC. They originally took Reggie Jackson. I'm actually gonna go with you and go with Corey Joseph. Granted, I still have Isaiah Thomas, but I think they need more defense, so I'm gonna go Corey Joseph.
Okay.
And I have Brandon Knight still left on my board.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize you didn't pick Brandon
Yeah.
Knight. Wow, he slipped.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Okay. Julian, who you got?
I got Jimmer Fredette.
Ooh, okay. Jimmer goes in with no pressure.
Back to his home state.
Yeah. Let's see. So, what we were at 25 with Marshawn Brooks had went to Boston. He didn't do well in Boston. Never kind of could get his feet off the ground, so to speak. Matt, who do you got Boston taking?
Boston. Oh, we're at 25 now. Boston. I am gonna go.
And real quick. 25 and 27 ended up in Boston. So go ahead and do 2 picks.
25 and 27. Okay, 25. I'm actually gonna go. John Lure. Nice stretch 4.
Nice.
Wisconsin. And then, so we got Boston. You said 25 and 27. 27. This is interesting. I'm gonna go Alec Burks.
Nice. Okay. Julian, 25 and 27 Boston Celtics picks.
25, I got Alec Burks, and 27, I got Bogdanovich.
Nice. Okay. Gonzo, you got the 25th and 27th pick going to Boston.
For the first one, I got John Lure, and
Okay.
for the second, I got Bogan Bogdanovich.
Nice. Okay.
He's with me on John Lure. Nice.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
The 25th pick, I've got a guy that actually I thought he was going to end up being pretty nice. Josh Selby going to Boston.
For all of those who don't, and I don't know how much you follow, I'm a huge high school guy. I've been following it for a very. Josh Selby was that dude. He got blackballed by the NBA. I just want to throw that out there. Josh Selby was supposed to be the truth. That dude can ball.
And second pick, the 27th pick, Kyle Singler. Going there.
With the Dookie.
Yeah.
Yes.
That leaves Dallas, who took. I could have sworn they traded this pick. Dallas ended up taking Jordan Hamilton.
They traded it to Denver.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Denver takes his pick at 26. Denver
Yep.
Nuggets. Matt.
I am going to go Brandon Knight here.
Ooh, okay. Julian.
I'm going to go with the sleeper, Etuan Moore.
Nice.
Damn, that's who I was going to take. Okay.
We know Pete's taking.
All right. Gonzo.
Jimmer Fredette.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Let's see. That leaves 28. Chicago, who ended up trading this pick. I believe, did this go to
Miami, I think.
or Miami? Miami. Okay. So Miami Heat at 28. Julian, you take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it the same. Norris Cole, he gets his 2 rings in
Okay.
his first 2 years.
Okay.
Matt.
I am going to go Josh Selby here.
Nice. Okay. Gonzo.
Well, since I hated Miami at this point with all my heart, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna give them Adder Majop.
Oh man.
Lonzo, I didn't even go with a crazy name this draft. Nice. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. Miami here. I'll give them Shelvin Mack over Norris Cole. That leaves San Antonio, who took Corey Joseph at 29.
Yes.
Matt, who do you got San Antonio
I
taking?
am taking Corey Joseph at 29.
Okay. Julian?
Shelvin Mack.
Nice. Okay. Gonzo?
I'm gonna go with Corey Joseph too. I'm gonna leave it the same.
Nice. Okay. I have a soft spot for this guy because he's from Georgia. I've seen him play in person. I've seen him out of 100 threes, he made 91 of them. And this was not in one spot. This was going all the way around, basically like a three-point shootout. Made 91 out of 100 threes. Andrew Guadalajara
Nice.
goes to San Antonio. He doesn't get to create the legacy of Mini Mamba.
I would have loved
with the Lakers.
I would have loved to myself 8 years ago shot against Andrew Gallant.
Yeah, he basically put me to shame, and I'm a good shooter, and he lit me up because I hit 76 out of 100, but we were going all the way around. At that point, I wasn't in shape like he was. I had the leg strength to be able to keep pulling up and hitting. Now, this was basically at a gym in Stone Mountain. So
I'm actually curious because I used to do this a lot, shoot the 100 shots, the 10 spots, the 10 shots. What was your high?
My highest ever?
Yeah, out of 100.
Out of 184.
Okay.
And that's when I was in high school. I mean, for me, I would do them to basically, I'd have to have somebody that could rebound and not play around, get me the ball, when I call for it. Because basically, once I get in rhythm, I'm good. But if somehow the ball comes off wrong spin, anything like that, then it takes me a second and it throws me off. So
on our little after we're off live, if I tell everybody what my high was, they're all gonna think I'm lying.
You can go ahead. Hey, you're on air. Go ahead and throw it out. I threw mine out there. You can
I saw your video, Matt.
Yeah, I actually went 92 of 100.
Ooh.
And I actually consistently, when I was working out every single day from NBA range, I could hit between 80 and 85 out of 100. Today working I always shoot 53s every day with my little cousin. And I can bring him in here right now. He'll tell you I hit 41 out of 50 today out of shape.
Nice. Now out of shape.
But the 41 out of 50 was a high school 3, and it's out of shape. But still.
Okay, now if we're going high school 3.
Yeah.
Okay, see, Monolock we're pulling from like basically NBA range.
Yeah, my high NBA was 88 out of 100.
Okay, so you still got me more of a stretch shooter than me. And see, for me, it's almost I have to use my legs a lot because, as you can see, my upper body is very lanky, so I don't have much upper body strength. So it's all basically legs. And for me, out of shape, I'd probably say NBA range. If I shot right now, I could still probably hit 70 out of 100 out of shape, and I haven't picked up a basketball in a while. But back on topic, we can talk a little bit, more when we're done. The last pick in the draft for the first round, 30th pick, Chicago Bulls pick.
Yes, I saved it.
Matt,
You guys are gonna like mine.
I know who you're taking. I can already tell you who you're taking. But go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas.
I knew it. I knew who as soon as you said saving it. Who you got, Julian?
Yeah.
I got Iman Shumpert. He'll develop better with Thibodeau.
Nice. Okay. Gonzo.
I got Brandon Knight.
Ooh.
Nice.
Say Brandon Knight to the end. Nice.
Since Derrick Rose needed so much help, he got stuck with Keith Bogus all those years.
Oh, yeah. True. I got, mine's not really, any kind of shocker. Each one more going here. Serviceable pick ended up, each one more played in Boston, ended up the better pick between him and Juwan Johnson. So, and Marshawn Brooks, actually. So, ended up having a long-lasting career, signed with the Pelicans this offseason. So, did very well. Some of the notable guys that fell out was Jan Vesely and Nolan Smith. Fell out of the first round, which should have been. So,
Nolan Smith, yes.
So, we're going to do this again. We're going to do another one next week. What drafts do you guys want to cover?
I think we should cover
Last year's.
Yeah, last year's 4. I think we should cover 15. I think we should cover 14. And I'm going to throw. Oh no, I don't think we should do that because we could probably only go 10 picks.
You want to do a crappy draft like the 2001 draft?
No, I was going to say that, but that'll go really fast because it's so shitty. I
Yeah.
don't think we should do a crappy one because it's just going to be so easy. So
It could be funny though if we did a crappy one.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go 14 and 15 for our good ones. Let's go 2000 for our
2000?
bad.
Okay.
Let's
All
go
right.
2000, 2014, and 2015.
All right, sounds good. All right,
So
that'll work.
We'll give them a shitty one and 2 good ones.
Okay. Guys, got anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
I want to add And as I know we've taken a little political a couple of times, and I'm not going to go too crazy with it because we could be here forever. And as you know, Pete, you probably saw my tweets the other day on the first day of the Republican convention, and I really went in on those motherfuckers. But I also wanted to tweet in that come Monday, when the Democrats go, oh yeah, I'm going to go in on their asses too. It's not just, I'm fair. There's no bias here. I don't care. What I am seeing here, and this is what bothers me, when I say Republicans, and I know I have many buddies, including, who are Republican voters. I'm not referring to you when I say Republicans. I'm referring to these idiots at the convention when I say Republicans. I want to throw that out there. And these guys always talk about the Democrats are dividing, they're dividing. And Gonzo, I know you'll jump in here. If you listen to that first day, that entire first day of the Republican convention was about race. Just listen to everything they said, it was about race. Come on now. Stop blaming other people. All this lock Hillary up. She's not getting locked up. Stop it. And of all people, Chris Christie. Is he the guy you want leading that chant? Come on now. Bridgegate, you're probably the last guy who should lead that chant.
I think he did well picking Donald Trump picked Pence.
Yeah,
I think he did well there because basically having a guy that can rally, do his marketing, endorse all that stuff. That's what he's good at.
And he's not your typical moderate. Trump could not go moderate. He couldn't go Christie because the far right would have ate him up. You can't do it. It would have made him look weak. He had to go with a guy kind of in between the far right and the moderate. He had to go there. He couldn't go moderate. That would have made him look stupid. But, kudos to Donald Trump Jr. I actually thought he gave a fantastic speech.
Yeah, very well.
He gave the best speech of the night, in all honesty. I thought he was running for president.
Spoiler alert. Go ahead.
I'm really interested in what the Democrats are going to do, and I can't wait to go in on them because, I am now, I consider myself a true independent. Hell, I am exercising my right not to vote in November. I'm that mad.
So Ted Cruz ended up not endorsing Donald Trump.
And I heard he got booed. I've got it on, but I'm not listening to it, and they apparently breaking news, he got booed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I am curious to see what happens after the embarrassment. I'm Republican, but like I said in previous shows, I cannot endorse Donald Trump. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm shit out of luck this year, basically.
Hey, you know what you need to do? Do your thing locally. Do what you got to do. Your aldermans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When it comes to for presidential, do like me. Exercise your right not to vote.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad. I'm like you. I'm curious to see what happens with the Democrat race.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton. Ugh. I can't stand her.
Here's the thing. I'll be the first to admit, I can be considered kind of a socialist guy from a sense, but not towards, I don't think that, I just want, I like that our tax dollars sometimes go to help the people who really need it, and I don't think many people are against that, but it's just the people who cheat the system and stuff like that. We got to find a way. But damn it, that Hillary Clinton has nothing to do with her as a woman. Because there are many women I would vote for, but man, it's just like Paul Ryan, who I'm not a fan of. He is who he is, but he made an interesting comment yesterday. The country wants change, and what do the Democrats do? They nominate Hillary Clinton. Come on now, you want change? If you really want change, you should have nominated Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
if you really want to change, and that's a guy I could have voted for only for this. And this is one thing that bothered me. I saw a post, and I'm going to throw this out there. A lot of the Black Lives Matter group, who I'm not against them. I think they raise a lot of good points. There are rogue elements of the movement, but they were pretty much, it seemed to be against Bernie, pro-Hillary. But when you look, they interrupted the Hillary thing, and she basically told them to shut up. They interrupt Bernie Sanders. He stopped. He listened to them. He let them do what they need. He moved to the side. I'm with you. I'm going to listen to what you have to say. Yet that vote goes to Hillary. I don't understand it. You have a guy, and Bernie Sanders walked with Martin Luther King. This is a man who marched during the civil rights, movement. This is a guy who risked his life. Yet they vote for a person like Hillary, who, if for those who don't understand, this is a lady who wanted to get Nixon elected. We all know how that turned out.
Absolutely.
That's really all I got to say about that.
Okay.
Because I could go on forever, but it's time for change. Let's get some real change.
Okay. Gonzo, you
I'm
got
gonna leave it
anything?
at that.
I think we're in the era now. Like we have very few people that want change, but most people like things the same. Like even with this, I refuse to vote. I haven't voted
Thank you.
since the Bush and the Gore election, and I will
Damn.
never vote again. I think.
Man, hey, Gonzo, real quick, Gonzo, real quick, and if you don't want to say it, you don't have to. I'm assuming me and you are probably the same age.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Like,
I'm 30
how
I'm
old
30.
how old were you in 2000? I was 18. It was my first election.
In 2000, I was 19.
Okay, so it was your first election to vote. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and you haven't voted since.
And I would never vote again. I think it's a joke. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I see when I see Republican, Democrat, right? I see that. To be honest with you, it's like wrestling. They get on TV and they make it look like they're all against each other, but behind closed doors, they're like shaking hands like buddies and like, hey, good show.
Exactly. And for all those who
politicians think
know,
alike.
for all those who know who Governor Jesse Ventura is, former professional wrestler, governor of Minnesota, he said the exact same thing years ago. And I know there are things about him people don't like. There's a reason that he's demonized, though.
Because he tells the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, let's be honest. This is even the thing. Like, they talk about race, and I hate when they keep saying, "Let's make America great again." And when I go back and think about what they mean by "make America great again," I got two instances where they made "make America great," and I kind of agree with your tweet last night. The '70s, when everybody was getting high, and when it was freaking segregation and slavery, like
exactly.
The economy boomed when there was slavery. It was free labor. They didn't have to pay anybody.
The reason I mentioned pre-civil rights is this, because you raise a good point with everybody getting high. For the most part, conservatives are against that movement, and maybe I'm wrong, and I'm for, hey, legalize it, tax the hell out of it like alcohol, make money off of it. But conservatives are typically against that. That's why I lean towards the notion that when Donald Trump makes that statement, it's like, are you talking about pre-civil rights? Because if you look, like Q made a perfect point. Pete was, you listen, like it was when he said it, I was like all in. If you look, what they've been doing, you demonize the Mexicans, and I lived in a border state for 30 years. I lived in Houston, Texas. When people when people say that the Mexicans are doing the jobs that nobody wants, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Those my people, Pete's people, and in a non-racist way, I say that. We don't want to be out there in that 115-degree heat index. It just doesn't happen. Like, middle-class people don't want those jobs. And that's why I always say it's true. They don't want those jobs. There is a reason you see all the Hispanics working construction in Houston. And Pete probably sees it a little bit in Atlanta.
I was going to say, in my neighborhood right now, they're building building the whole other side of the neighborhood. That's
it's probably all the Hispanics, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not against it. Hey, go ahead. They're doing an outstanding job. They cut the grass. They're building the roads. They're doing the infrastructure, especially in Houston, and they've done a fantastic job there. I gotta say, good job by them. So it bothers me when you hear that comment, and I get it. There are people in the north, certain people that aren't border states. They think it's a crap argument. It's essentially saying, you know what, you're struggling. It's a way, and Byron and I, we had a U.S. history class back like in '07. We took a class, and we had an instructor, Mr. McGoy, and he said, and he was mentioned to us post-slavery. He said, the poor white people, the poor black people, they were coming together. They had the same gripes, and the government couldn't have that. So what do? Poll taxes. They do different things to turn the poor white people against the poor black people. Well, see, at least we're not them. That's what they're doing now.
Right.
It's crap.
Same thing.
It's crap. They're trying to divide us. You know, and I'll give the perfect example. You know, I don't advocate violence. You know, I understand. You know, and I said this before with what Q said about the violence. You know, and Q even on Twitter mentioned it. Like, he does not advocate violence. But I always say this: you do the peaceful stuff, nothing happens. Sometimes the last resort is violence if you feel you're not being heard. And I don't want it to ever come to that. But I say this because you see what happened in Dallas, you see what happened in Baton Rouge. You know, you had the guy in Dallas, you know, Malcolm Xavier Johnson, or what was his? I don't remember his first name. Not Malcolm, but Xavier Johnson. They called him X. They didn't say Xavier, they said X. You know, to throw that out there to sensationalize it. He kills the 5 officers. Then you have Baton Rouge, the militant guy who wasn't even associated with Black Lives Matter. He kills the 3 officers. But then, yesterday, you have the officer that dies in Kansas City, killed by I believe it was a white person. In Michigan, white man kills 2 police officers. You don't see Blue Lives Matter. You don't see All Lives Matter, and that's the part that bothers me. It can't only be Blue Lives Matter and All Lives Matter when it's an African American who kills the other person. It has to be consistent.
Right.
That's what bothers me. You know, and it does. Let's make it consistent, because then you come off as a hypocrite. Right. If you're going to say All Lives Matter, be there when that white gentleman, I shouldn't even say a gentleman, but when that white man kills those 2 police officers in Michigan, All Lives Matter, you know, that slogan should be there. Blue Lives Matter, it should be there, but it wasn't. You know, some white lady runs over a police officer in New York, I believe kills him. You didn't see All Lives Matter. You didn't see Blue Lives Matter. That's crap to me.
Right.
You know, and Pete, Gonzo, myself, we're all the same. You know, it doesn't matter. We don't care what the color of your skin is. Let's just all be consistent. You know, we need to be out there. We need to call this crap out when it happens. And that's where I'm going with this. That's what we need to do.
That's true. I agree with you. I think that, like I said, I think the government does a great job of, and especially in the media, and I think that's the reason why it's so much of a divide, and that's why race is an issue. It's not really, it's amongst the people, but it's due to the way they portray everything on TV. They make it that way. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Man, hey. If you notice this here, Meek, if you notice among like the middle class and the poor, we all blame people. Like, you find black people to say, well, it's the white man's fault. You'll find white people to say, well, they're giving the poor white guy to say, oh, they're giving all the black people the jobs, and the Hispanics black.
Or it's the Mexicans taking everybody's job.
You know, we point blame, but notice amongst I'm talking about rich, and I'm not talking about those Republicans that you see who talk race, because to me, you're
talking about people like Bill Gates who support Democrats.
Like those Republicans that we see on TV that claim to be rich and they pulling race. Let me tell you something. They're really just poor white people that just find an excuse, and they just happen to find a way to get a little money, but they're really poor-minded still. When you talk about guys like Bill Gates, it's not about race with them. It's classism. They might have rich black people in their groups and treat them just like they were white. So it's not a color with them. They could care less. It's about how much money you have now. You know what I'm saying? So
remember the movie from the '80s, Trading Places? Basically, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. I mean, prime example. You know, you have a black man. Let's do an experiment for $1. We'll trade this out, and they basically treated Eddie Murphy like shit. And then all of a sudden, oh, you're on top of the world. Let's treat Dan Aykroyd like shit. Oh, let's trade him out. That's basically how it works. Prime example.
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you something. You know what? The reason why the government causes so much confusion amongst the middle class and the poor, and let's be honest, this is the real reason. It's because they can't do the underhanded things that they like, because believe it or not, how do the rich get rich? I don't want to hear about, because they just filthy rich. They just get rich because they make honest livings. No, they fucking rob people and they manipulate the system to gain their wealth. And who do they rob the most? They rob the middle class, they rob the poor. That's how they stay rich.
Absolutely.
So that's how they do it. They got to keep the confusion amongst us to make us blame this person and blame that person. When the truth of the matter is, we all open our eyes and say, look, it's you fuckers who are messing with us.
And you know what the most And you know what the most beautiful movement there was? Had they had just executed right, that damn Occupy Wall Street movement was beautiful. They just didn't know how to execute it. They had it. They were right on. The banks, the corporations. I mean, here's the thing. Gonzo, you might feel the same. I'm pro-gun all the way. I'm pro-Second Amendment. You know, I don't think people should be carrying around machine guns and all that crap. But I'm pro-Second Amendment. Yeah, absolutely. That right should not be infringed, like the Constitution says. But there are certain things that should. I have no problem with certain restrictions back. You know, whether it works or not. Yeah, you know, but the NRA, like we always blame the NRA. The NRA is nothing but a mouthpiece for the gun manufacturers who are profiting off of all this crap. They want this to happen so they can make money. It's like war. Like, think about it. We go, you know, I was like, that's what bothered me the other day in this convention. They're talking about, you know, well, gosh, if President Obama will only call it extremist Islam. So if he calls him radical Islamic, we're just going to win the war? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, we should have never went to the damn war. I mean, you saw they released the 28 pages of the 9/11 report. Pete, did you see that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, read the 28 pages. They finally declassified them. Essentially, when you read it, you'll see the Bush administration was freaking stupid. That's basically what it said.
We already knew that, so that's not.
Yeah, exactly. We knew that. You know, here it is. It was basically Saudi Arabia was financing the terrorists. It was not Iraq, who essentially, I mean, we all know they use 9/11 as propaganda to go in there, get the oil. You know, ironically, Dick Cheney was the former CEO of Halliburton. Who gets all the oil contracts in Iraq? Halliburton. No bids. They get it. You know. It was crap. It was complete crap. That whole thing was a farce. You know, and Democrats do it as well. They do it as well. I mean, Osama bin Laden was offered to Bill Clinton on a silver platter, and he said, nope, I don't want him. So they're just as guilty. You know, I don't want to come off as a Republican basher, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But Democrats are just as guilty. You know, I try to do my best not to hate on American presidents, because they're nothing but they're just nothing but figureheads, essentially. But it's like, let's get some real change here. You know, it's not going to be Trump. It's not going to be Hillary Clinton. And
right.
Anybody who thinks it is just fooling themselves. They're stupid. It's not going to happen.
Right. All right.
You know, yeah. Sorry about that. I could go on.
You're good, man.
I just go on and on. Hey, what we should do, we gotta let the folks know on a totally change of subject. Pete has Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition.
Yep.
So he's gonna try to watch it this weekend. Gonzo, have you seen it?
Yes, yeah, I've seen it.
You saw the Ultimate Edition. You saw the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Are you down to come on? We do our review? Are you down to come on?
Yeah,
okay.
He's good.
Yeah, everybody look out for that, because we're gonna have a.
So we're gonna try to schedule it early next week. We'll do a third hangout next week. We'll do a specific one for that. Any movie buffs or anybody that kind of has some insight on that wants to talk about it. I'd also like to get Shoe Collector. So Shoe, if you're seeing this, we want to get you on. I know you're a big Batman guy. I'm gonna reach out to you in the DMs anyway. Got to go buy a new keyboard tomorrow. Unfortunately, my keyboard died right before the show came on, so thank God for my decision-making and buying an all-in-one. I have a touch screen, so I was able to save the day with that. But, you know, we'll be doing that. Also going to do a show, still trying to schedule the 2K show that we talked about previous. Looks like it might be delayed a little longer. Might even go into 2K17, not sure yet, but we will get that on. Also want to do a poll, kind of a ranking show coming up too. In addition to the draft, since there's not much current NBA stuff going on, kind of want to take it back. I want to do a top 10 most underrated players ever in the NBA show. So
Is that what you're shooting for? 'Cause are you shooting for that tomorrow?
probably going to try to do that next week because it's a little quick to jump and do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Haven't really decided yet what topic. I'm leaning towards maybe tomorrow's show being some of the underrated franchises in NBA or underrated teams in NBA history, rather than players, and just kind of talk about some of the teams we think were underrated. I was kind of waiting to see if that 2K show would pan out, so I really didn't kind of get a definite on tap topic.
You know what? I know you were looking at, but I was talking to Byron earlier today. He got caught doing something. That's why he wasn't able to come on.
Yeah.
He mentioned he wants to do like kind of like a top 10, I guess basically a top 10 all time who we think.
Right.
Top 10 all time show.
Okay.
That's what he would like to do.
We can do that too. We can throw that in there. So we can do one top 10 underrated and top 10 all time. Also want to get a baseball show going soon. Basically our top 25 major leaguers of all time. Get that going for any baseball heads. We don't really do much baseball, but I want to throw that out there. And then anybody that wants to see any kind of topics you think that we could throw out that might be interesting, or you're interested in coming on the panel for one of those shows.
Let us know, man. Hey, throw out if you want us to do movie reviews, throw it out there. We got Batman versus Superman.
You can see behind me. I know my movies. They're not just up there for show.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say this now. I want to throw this out there, and I'm gonna look like a complete idiot with this. I'm not going to tell you I did not see it in the theater, but I won't tell you how I saw it. But I did see it. I saw Warcraft, World of Warcraft, whatever the hell. I never played the video game a second in my life. I actually liked the movie.
Okay.
I was shocked. I would suggest people go see Warcraft. That movie was actually off the chain. I was very entertained. Much like the blasted upon John Carter. I really liked that movie as well from 2012.
See, I wasn't a huge fan. It was okay, but I wasn't a huge fan of it.
I was really entertained. It wasn't great, but I was entertained. It wasn't as bad as people. But Warcraft was real. I'm actually excited to see where they go, and I know nothing of the video game. I never played it, but the movie was very entertaining.
Okay.
It really had me thinking, like, man, I want to see where they go with this. Much like, did you ever see I Am Number 4?
Yes, I had that movie.
I want them to expand on that. I know it's based on novels. I'm interested where it's going to go from there. I didn't read the books. I want to know. That's how I am with Warcraft. I want to see where they go with it. I liked it. You know, I think we should do Ghostbusters. Pete, go see it. Let's
I can't do that one. I'll have to let you. I'll sit on the panel, but I can't. I can't do that to myself. So
I'm gonna try to see it this week. I'm gonna try to see that in Star Trek this weekend because I like the new Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
I like those. I never watched the originals, but I like the new ones.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do a bevy of topics, coming up, and we'll kind of get those on tap and get those rolling and kind of go from there. So. We're going to wrap it up because it's getting pretty late on the East Coast, and I know folks got to get up for work tomorrow. But appreciate everybody joining us. We're going to do the draft shows next week, like we said. We'll get that in there. Don't really have dates, kind of designated yet, just because schedule's kind of all over the place. But we'll get it in. We'll get some shows in next week.
Hey Pete, let me throw something out there real quick for all those who have HBO. Watch the new series Vice Principals.
Oh,
very funny.
Let me touch on that. Let me touch on that.
That was so damn funny.
For those that did not see that, it's basically Walter Goggins from Justified and
Danny
Shield
McBride.
And Danny McBride. Very underrated show. They're going to do 9 episodes this season, 9 episodes next season. That's the entire series. Two seasons.
They're going to have to extend it.
They were going to make it into a feature movie, and they decided to do it into a script. Very underrated comedy. It's going to be very good. And another show for those that don't already watch it. I'm sure there's quite a bit of you out there that do watch it. Go watch Power on Stars. It's moved to Sunday, but go watch it. 50 Cent's in it, and basically it's Ghost this season who they're kind of going after to get rid of. Very good show there, and another one. Anybody that's interested in football, Ballers is another one that's kind of scrutinized. Actually, good show. Denzel Washington's son's in it. He stars in it along with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
How often is The Rock actually in the show?
He's the main character of the show, so
okay. So that means it's good. That means it's good.
It's a good show. Very, very good. I own season 1 on Blu-ray. I also own season 1 and 2 of Power on Blu-ray. So I'll be owning season 3 of Power and season 2 of Ballers. Very good, underrated shows. Some of my favorites to watch there. But definitely go see Vice Principals. It comes on Sundays. Awesome. I believe it's 10:30 Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. It's right after Ballers, so you can catch those.
Yes. If you were a fan of Eastbound and Down with Danny McBride, oh yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone. Well, we're gonna catch you tomorrow night. We'll have a topic out first thing in the morning, kind of what we're gonna cover. More than likely, probably most underrated franchises in NBA history. We'll pick some years and kind of some teams there, and just kind of go off of that. And then we'll sidetrack on to some just freestyle topics. So join us then, and should be about 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So see you then.